and sometimes I put up a bubble that makes everybody better.
I don't know. Maybe they just do the difficulty by like how many choices they give you, because I guess there's a lot to choose from if you include like all the domains and deities and stuff like that. So like
I think it is
might find all the choices overwhelming.
I think it is very easy to make a choice that makes your cleric just utterly inferior to all of the clerics. Like there are domains that are objectively
you could choose something beyond like is of the domains, how many are actually useful?
Not
like you have
many.
community that everybody loves, healing, and animal.
No, there's more than that. Which one is it? The chaos one, I think, is also really good. Is it the chaos?
I mean, chaos gives you the touch of chaos, which I love.
It gives you a good ability, but the entire domain as a whole is not that great. The alignment ones are typically like the abilities are like across the board are generally pretty bad, except for something like touch of chaos.
I mean, like the problem is that unless you go like Ecclesia Thurge or something, which we'll get into, like the fire domain is kind of trash.
I like the trickery
because you can only prep up one of those spells per day.
I like the trickery domain.
Trickery. I didn't get down to that one. I got to like I was taking all my notes and I got down to liberation and my eyes started crossing and I'm like, all right, I need to do something else. But yeah, I guess we're just like hopping right into it.
Yeah, if I would stop being blurry.
So yeah, Cleric has one option, basically, for the entire class, and that is what domains you pick. Like the base Cleric is probably most, like once you get past level 1, it is probably the most simple thing to ever level up. I cannot think of a single other class that has as little to choose as you're leveling up than a Cleric.
Yeah, I mean, you can just kind of look at the character sheet right here, and you can see that there's literally nothing.
There's nothing past level 1.
Never has there been a blanker canvas. For a class.
Yep, that is definitely true. You had to still get the 3 difficulties, so.
Yeah, it's because of that level 1. That level 1 is like super, super complex. You have 3 whole choices. Domain 1, Domain 2, and whether you want to be good or evil with your channel energy.
Very, very consequential choices, though.
They are, because, I mean, they're the only ones. But, like, yeah, like, once you get past level 1, there's basically nothing to go. There's nothing left.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so, yeah. I would say that, very little to choose from for sure. Still the base level Cleric, like with all the just Cleric spells and domains, assuming that you select the correct domains or the right domains, ones that are, on the more
objectively
helpful side.
Correct one.
Yeah, or ones. Then you're definitely going to have a very powerful character. I'd say the base Cleric is extremely powerful. As long as you
it's pretty good.
Decent domain collection.
I think it's pretty okay.
Selections there.
I think you're.
Now, there are a couple of domains that are very niche, but I've still found some use to them. Back in a prior Kingmaker speedrun build, I used to use the travel domain specifically because it increases your base speed. Obviously, that is incredibly not normal usage of a domain, but it is there. And my one and only Kingmaker unfair run used the rune domain to get past the opening, the prologue, because they have no saves and they do 1d6 damage without guaranteed, and it's AoE. So I was able to use those to get through those first couple of fights.
I would say the base Cleric's powerful, but I feel like you're better off deciding if you want to be a caster or a martial character, and then choose Crusader or Ecclesia Thurge if you just want to be a basic Cleric but specialize in one of the two. Because splitting between casting and martial is very difficult without the proper abilities granted towards it, and Cleric in its base self doesn't lend itself to be like you're just gonna be subpar at both. Like you're not gonna be good at both. So
Yeah, you could choose one or the other.
yeah.
You're not going to be able to do both very well.
And Ecclesia Thurge is just Caster Cleric, but better than Cleric, and Crusader's a Martial Cleric, but better than Cleric. So
yeah, which we will get to once we get to those.
yeah.
I'm assuming we're just going to go down the line, right?
Yeah,
Angel
let's
Fire,
just go down
Crusader,
the line.
Demon Bane.
Let's do
Yeah.
that.
All right, so we want to just head into Angel Fire then.
But
Sure.
yeah, this stream is gonna be me every time we get to a base class being like, don't pick the base class.
It's probably going to be me every time we get to a base class. Pick the base class. Not really.
And I'm going to be like,
With,
I don't know.
With
I looked
Cleric,
at all
probably
these.
so.
Unless
Look, I looked at most of these archetypes for the very first time this morning, like an hour before I was supposed to go to bed, and I had some alcohol in me.
Unless
So-
you're multi-classing
Alright.
or prestige classing, no reason to take a base class. Fact.
Probably true. Probably true.
I
But
would
Angel
say
Fire,
Definitely not true, but okay, let's go.
Angel
Igor,
Fire.
That's a falsitude.
you
Igor.
lose
Our base classes are boring.
medium armor proficiency, and you lose the ability to use channel negative energy. That's all you lose from this archetype, but you gain quite a bit.
Yeah, because it's a good guy.
Oh
It's a
wait, I'm
good
sorry.
guy
You get less spellcast as well. I did forget about that.
Yeah, it's diminished spellcasting.
Yeah,
But you get
one fewer spell slot per
Your
level.
channel becomes many different things over the course of the game. Unfortunately, my issue with
A
this,
lot of those are not great.
well, the other issue I have, like 13th level getting heal, fine. But waiting till 7th level, 17th level to get restoration and like not getting resurrection till the very end is a waste. That's
I
like,
mean,
not
this
worth
doesn't
getting.
mean that you still get them normally as like a level
Yeah, you
4
still get the
spell. and a
spells.
level. What is resurrection? A level 7?
But this versatile channel is the
Yeah, I
whole
think
point
so.
of this archetype. So if it's the
Yeah.
then it's just like those
And,
are
like-
late to get, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you get heal, which is a level 6 spell, before you get restoration, which is a level 4. Like that just feels weird.
Yeah.
Breath of Life is a level 5.
Neutralize
Like,
poison is stupid.
I feel like you should be getting restoration at 4, heal like Breath of Life at
Yeah.
11, and then heal at 50.
I
You know,
will
like
say
it's just like
7th level remove paralysis or remove disease is pretty nice because the whole Dresden like fight, there's times where you can get diseased a lot or paralyzed, and being able to just be like, no more is cool.
oh my god.
But
So, speaking of paralysis, yesterday I was going through the Midnight Isles, and I was trying to buy something. I can't remember what it was, but I was like right on the cusp of being able to afford it. So I started going through all my potions and scrolls and stuff, and dumping a bunch of them onto the vendor. And I was like, oh god, I don't think I've ever seen paralysis in this ever. So I'm gonna sell these remove paralysis potions. Literally the next lap through the islands, I got hit by mass icy prison, and 2 of my
Nice.
characters were paralyzed. It's like, oh good. Fortunately, a bunch of the other ones weren't, so I was just able to hit them with freedom of movement afterwards, and it was not an issue. But Jesus,
oh,
it's like, well, that's some fucking timing.
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
good timing.
Yeah, I think with this, the reality is, if you've got channel energy, because of all the spells you can get, and with mythic feats, all the spells you can really get, you're just gonna use channel energy to heal. Why are you using
Yeah.
channel energy to do anything else? Like, you're just gonna use it to heal. We have too many spell slots possible in this game to not just heal with
Yeah,
channel energy.
That's what I was gonna say. If you get all the abundant casting, like
Yeah.
mythic feats and stuff, then
Yeah.
you just got so many spell slots. The only thing I would say, maybe if you're like light on like casters in your party, and like your priest has to do like all of the buffing, then maybe it might be nice to be able to use some of your like channeling resources
That's true.
to cast heal,
Because it
or
is
something
everyone.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
I can see that. I think my
Wait, what do you mean it's everybody?
These are channel energies, so they affect.
No.
No, I'm talking.
You use it to cast these spells as a spell-like ability. It's not that
really?
it gives your channel energy this ability. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah. You don't get heal as an AOE at 13th level. That would be absolutely broken.
So you kind of become like a diminished cleric caster, and then also kind of a pseudo mini spontaneous cleric caster at the same time.
Yeah, it's real weird.
I don't
It's
like
real
it.
weird.
Then.
I gotta say,
I'm not
I don't
a
like it
huge fan
either,
of this
but there could be like a niche where it's like, okay, maybe it's slightly better. Like if the cleric is like the only caster like buffing in your party, and you need like all your spell slots to buff or something like that, so you don't have any spots left over for
like,
some of these
even
healing
then-
spells. At least then you can get access to like heal. And yeah, resurrection at 19 is definitely too late, but I mean,
even then, like you're also getting fewer spell slots.
yeah,
You're getting
yeah.
one fewer spell slot. So like at level 20, you're down 20 spells.
I agree
Like,
that
there's also there might be a niche for this, but I don't see it. You're just
agree that I
sacrificing too much.
I agree that I don't like it. I'm just saying, like maybe in a very specific party build, like it could be a little bit better than the main cleric. I definitely prefer
I just
the
checked,
base cleric,
and the required to channel positive energy does gridlock you into worshiping a good deity. You have to. So you have to be
that makes
neutral or
sense.
good or something like that.
Yeah.
That
Can't
makes
be
sense.
evil with this class.
Yep.
So
That
which
makes
is
sense.
interesting, like RP wise, but if you want to be an evil character or worship one of the neutral deities, then this archetype's an automatic out for you.
Well, what are the neutral ones should be fine though.
No, you have to be a
'Cause
good. You have to worship a good deity. It says.
Oh, I thought you said that you could do. Okay.
You can be neutral because they allow you to be neutral through, like some of them you can like Sarenrae. You can be neutral and worship Sarenrae,
Right.
but you have to worship one of the good deities.
Weird.
It's really weird.
Weird. Because that's not how channel energy usually is. If it's a neutral
No.
deity, you get to choose.
Yeah, I could whip out Gazra or Iori or Nethys if I wanted to, man.
All right. I feel like we throw this one in the trash. Right?
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember. I don't think for Cleric I threw any in the trash in my video, but I've played a lot of this game since then, and yes, I would throw this in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst so far.
I
so
think it's
far
probably
between
the
base
worst for
cleric
Cleric.
and angel
It's the
fire.
only, but it's the only and it's the worst.
No, we did the basic cleric. I think the basic.
I
Cleric
think basic Cleric
Alright,
is
fine.
better, and that's the only time you'll ever hear me.
I'm
just kidding.
Well, what about
Wait till
Crusader?
we get to Druid. There's going to be some shit there too. Crusader,
Yeah.
Martial Cleric.
You lose one domain to get some bonus combat.
If you want to
every
be a
5
cleric,
levels.
but you want to fight in combat more than you want to cast spells, even though you don't really lose spell casting, you just lose a domain. But like, if you want to focus on fighting and you want to be a cleric, fantastic archetype. Well done.
Yeah, this
There's-
is definitely the way to go.
The only
I
downside
agree.
is if you wanted to be a pure casting cleric, this is a waste of your time. That's it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
But-
it's highly effective. We used it in some of our Midnight Isles runs, and it made a really effective frontline fighter that provides all the buffs and everything
Igor-
else that you need and some emergency heals. So good stuff for sure.
Igor, I can see why you would say if you want to fight more than cast spells, be a War Priest or Inquisitor, but I will offer
We're
you
not
this.
talking about those, sir.
I will offer you this. Full spell list merges with Angel Mythic Path. So
Yeah, getting those 9th level spells is really nice.
yeah, so I will say that is an upside to choosing this instead of one of those if you still wanted to be spell effective but didn't want to focus on casting spells. That's what I will say. And if you want to be an angel, you should just do this anyway because merge spell list is a great time. So yeah, Dictum. Yeah, it's level 8s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleric Crusader, it's great. It's great. There's no downside unless you just choose it when you don't need to. Like that's it.
Yeah. It's like,
I
oh
agree.
man, I'm going to be a
Agree.
caster cleric, and then you just misclick.
And
on
if you really
Crusader
want
instead
two
of the Glacier
domains, then
somehow.
just choose Impossible Domain when you level up through the mythic powers.
Yeah, which
Like-
you should definitely do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go.
Get that animal companion.
It's a good one. Demon Bane Priest.
Again, you lose a domain.
And you
Yep,
gain
yep.
you do have diminished spellcasting again.
Yeah. I
No,
don't-
it's just one domain though, that's all it says.
Yeah.
So it's not actually diminished spellcasting really. You get heavy armor, you get knowledge arcana, and
And you get two teamwork feats. Or spell pen or greater spell pen.
Right.
It's
I
not just
think
teamwork.
I don't know. I mean, I think this is good. I think it's pretty good if you wanted to get into Hell Knight. It kind of fits narratively as well.
Kinda.
Being
So-
able
it's
to
a
already
different-
wear heavy armor.
Oh, that's not this one. This one will come up later. There was I think it's a Oracle that has something similar to this, where you get like Knowledge Arcana or Knowledge World or something like that.
Is it
Or
Enlightened
Lord, I
Philosopher?
think it's Lord Nature. I think it's Lord Nature. But you get to use your Charisma instead of your Wisdom for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with Demon Bane Priest if heavy armor and teamwork feats are your preference for your party.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a teamwork feat heavy party, and you just want to be able to add some while still being a cleric, and you prefer to wear heavy armor, I don't see an issue with this. But if you...
On the other hand, if you're going for teamwork feats, I would recommend either like a Cavalier or
That's why I
just
said
a
if you...
Masada.
That's why I said if you still wanted to be a cleric.
Oh,
But-
the main issue that I
Yeah.
mean, it's fine for role playing reasons or whatever, or maybe if you want to go Hell Knight like you said. But I mean, isn't Crusader better than this in pretty much every single way? Except I guess you have to use an extra feat to get heavy armor if you want that as a Crusader. But I mean,
you also get those bonus feats as well. So
Yeah, that's the thing is you get heavy armor and 2 teamwork feats, but if you really wanted those as a Crusader, on top of those you get 2 more combat feats. Because teamwork
Yeah,
feats are combat feats, so you can choose them in
Yeah.
your bonus
Yeah.
feats.
Yeah, and
But
it's
this
actually,
one,
it's actually
does it
3
not
more
get
because they get
its-
5.
Oh,
It's
no.
just, it's
I was
just better,
including-
and
I was
And you
including
don't
heavy
have-
armor as a feat, that's why I said 2 more.
okay, all right, yeah, true, my bad.
But
That
yeah,
makes sense. But you also don't get the diminished
Oh.
spell casting, so you can buff more. Like to me, Crusader is just way, not just a little bit better. It's way better.
diminished spellcasting
wait.
doesn't take away
So
your
diminished
spells, it
spellcasting
just takes
on
away
this-
domain.
yeah, I actually don't think that diminished spellcasting should be listed here because it
Yeah.
literally just means that there's only one domain.
That's all it says for diminished
Which
spellcasting.
Crusader
Oh,
also
really?
has.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's my bad then. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think it's
Um,
way better though.
Now,
more
something
feet.
that's worse than I thought it was, I thought that the teamwork feats that you got here could be used like the Cavalier, where you could give it to other people.
No.
Or you could benefit from it as if other people had it.
Nope.
But no, it's just you get a free teamwork feat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which that is much worse.
I would agree with Lord. I just be a Crusader.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, you don't need Knowledge Arcana, okay? You don't need it.
No, you don't. Yeah, because that's another stat that you need to worry about. Because, like, I mean, I guess if you're getting a bonus to your class level, the class skill. Oh, I get. Wait, get down, Cat. I need my hand. I get. Oh, I guess.
You know
You
what,
do
guys?
have Knowledge Arcana as a class skill.
Guys, we're totally wrong about something. The Crusader
What's that?
cannot pick from any combat feat. There's a specific list of combat feats as a Crusader that you can pick from.
Oh yeah. Armor.
So-
So heavy armor, shield bash, martial weapon proficiency, shield focus, power shield proficiency, and weapon focus.
And then you'll
So
get
basically,
greater
at
weapon,
the end of this, you're-
focus, improved critical, but there's no teamwork feats at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess if you want teamwork feats, then Demon Bane Priest
And
is.
Igor
But on the
also-
other hand, you could also just use one of your normal feats.
Well,
as well.
that's what I was gonna say. You could use your normal feats, and I still feel like the Crusaders.
You also
better.
get access to some of the fighter feats, greater weapon focus and the weapon specialization
That's
feats.
true. Igor was also pointing out Demon Bane also gets you could get like Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen for free essentially. And so like
because of the
because that's what Demon Bane like on top of the teamwork feats you can just choose Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen instead. So if you wanted to be a more offensive casting cleric, you can take Demon Bane and take those two Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen if you're not trying to be a martial character. I mean, I still think Ecclesia
Potentially
Urge
true.
is better and just use your regular
Yeah.
feats to do it, but some people might want the 2 free feats to do it, so.
Because like with the cleric, like let's be honest, a lot of people will just start dumping feats into extra channel anyway.
True.
Like I've done that on basically every cleric that I've ever made, except for like one, which I made into a martial cleric, and I wanted to get all the martial ones. And even then, I still think I got 1 or 2 extra channels because I just ran out of feats that I cared about at the end.
I typically don't because I find a way to make almost every party member a healer in some sort of fashion.
I don't do that.
But I mean, I can see taking this. I don't think it's a throwaway, but I do think that Crusader or Ecclesia Thurge are still just your better bets.
really because I kind of think that it's the worst one that we've seen so far. Maybe the worst out of all of them. We'll see whenever we look at all these.
No way.
But it's just
No, I think
the reason
Angel
why
Fire
I think that
definitely
is
worse.
because almost no matter what you're going to do, like there's something else that does that and then better. And Angel Fire at least offers something unique. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but
how I feel about it.
let's be like not everything that's unique is worthwhile.
That's true.
No, but I'm still saying that there's not really anything here that's worthwhile, though. Some other archetype here does whatever you would want to do as good or better. Like,
I can see
guess
some. I don't know. I can if you really wanted those feats from the feat selection.
I feel like you would need. I feel like you kind of need to pigeonhole yourself really hard to really want to take this. I'm not saying that this one's good. I think this one is like just above Angel Fire.
I think that
it's below Angel Fire, but
I think that
Well,
if
like
you
the
really
throw
want,
in, I
thing with
guess.
Angel Fire is the loss of spell slot.
I think that if you really want these extra feats, like if you want teamwork feats or the spell pen feats, I think there are some people, myself included, who would, with the ability to take Impossible Domain, would sacrifice a basic domain to take extra feats. I would absolutely do that if I really wanted those feats. So
okay,
I-
all right.
But
I would-
Maybe for like a caster, I guess, a caster cleric or something. Although I think Ecclesia Thurge is definitely better for casting clerics. Because to me, the teamwork feat, you could still just take Crusader, use your regular feats to take the teamwork feats, and get 3 extra feats. So really only Spell Pen or Greater Spell Pen really matters there. Like if you're trying to be a caster cleric, but then it's not really that good for being a caster cleric.
I will
is
say,
the way
as-
I feel about it.
as
Yeah,
Pondor
agreed.
said, Angel Fire gets 1 less spell slot a day and also can't wear medium armor. So
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
it's
fair.
not just less spell slots per day. It's 1 spell slot per level.
yeah,
So like
per
you're
level,
losing
I
out
thought
on
it was per spell level. So it's not 20 spell slots, I thought. but
Oh wait, is
like,
it?
nine.
Oh,
it
I
was
thought
per
as you.
spell level. No.
Okay,
it's-
I skipped. My brain skipped over spell level and just read level.
yeah. No, it's each of
Okay,
your
so it's
spell levels
9
has 1
fewer
less
spells.
slot. Yeah.
It's 9 fewer spells, not 20, which is a large difference, but that is still 9 fewer spells.
Yeah, Igor,
And Toto.
I agree. I think there's this archetype, Demon Bane, and a lot of other ones through the different classes that are, holy shit, we need one more archetype to put in that's like easy to implement
Yeah.
and relates to the story in some way, so here you go.
Yeah,
That's-
it has the word Demon Bane in it, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with demons.
Knowledge Arcana is
Yeah,
the
something a
Demon
little
Bane.
more
I mean, if you look at it,
Gaff.
if
Do
you-
not give a
if you look at it, like the ranger archetype that's kind of like against demons as well also gets you knowledge arcana. Like knowledge arcana is like the anti-demon skill apparently,
which isn't that
which
Wouldn't
is
that be
it's
lore
what you
religion?
use to identify demons when you're like getting information
What?
about them. Use
That's
arcana.
fucking weird. That's fucking weird. Should be religion, I would think, but
Religion's
whatever.
Like, there's
Pathfinder's
like
strange.
undead for religion.
Which I feel like that's swapped. I feel like undead is a like it's literally an arcane thing. But
I
whatever.
don't know. I can see it being either way. I
It
guess,
could be
but
either, but demons are definitely, you know,
yeah, yeah.
there's a somewhat religious undertone to the term demon.
Igor,
You know,
if,
what do I know?
if knowledge religion actually does identify demons in this game, then all of the demon archetypes giving you knowledge arcana makes no fucking sense. But
Maybe you
almost all
can
of them
use
do.
either one or something. I don't know. I don't know.
But it's
It
not
is
like-
ridiculous. So
I don't know.
yeah.
Fuck it. Next
All
up,
right.
Ecclesia Third. The
Best
one that we've
archetype.
kept that we've
Best
spoken about over and over and over again.
best cleric archetype in the game. Best one. Best archetype.
Now to actually talk about what it does.
Yes.
No armor proficiency whatsoever.
Nope.
Very limited weapon proficiency. Club, dagger, crossbows, quarterstaff, and whatever the weapon of your deity is. So, not going to be somebody that you're sending into melee combat. Just throw it out there. It's not somebody
What
that you
upside
want to have
there?
fighting people hand to
buddy.
hand.
How you guys doing?
But you can't. So it also kind of changes the way the domains work. You have a primary and a secondary. So the first domain that you choose will be your primary. Second one will be secondary. You can prep up your primary domain's spells in any spell slot, whereas normally it is limited to one per spell level. So that I feel like is the biggest difference between Ecclesia Thurge and normal clerics is you could prep up your domain spells in all of your spell slots.
You also get that bonded holy symbol, which is great.
You get one extra spell per day.
I love those. I love when classes have those.
It is nice. Like, it does make me feel good as well. Like, I always want to pick that over familiar, even though I'm like, no, the familiar is better. And then I'm like, no, I want that
Gross.
extra spell cast.
Absolutely disgusting. Give me that hair familiar. Give me that +4 to initiative.
Yeah, no, it's just it feels so damn good whenever you're out of spells and then you realize, oh, I still have my holy symbol.
I have one more spell. What am I going to use?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Blessing of
Feels
the
good.
Faithful is also good. Like,
I was gonna say, Blessing of the Faithful is pretty damn good.
it's good
Oh,
up
it's close.
until you get.
Okay. I will be honest. I thought this was a touch thing. I thought Blessing of the Faithful was a touch.
Nope.
So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is trash. Because I thought you had to like run up to somebody and touch them in combat to make it useful.
Yeah, I mean-
the fact that it's close range makes this far better than I thought
Yeah,
it was.
and a +2 sacred bonus. You know, like sacred bonus is definitely one of the better bonuses you can give.
Yeah, you don't get those
So-
very often.
That's kind of nice. But yeah, I feel like maybe this is the best one. Definitely, if you want to be casting spells, it's
Yeah.
the best of the cleric archetypes here. I would say.
Easily. It's so much more versatile than the other clerics when
Yep.
it comes to spell casting.
I love it.
All right, top tier.
Good stuff.
I feel like this one's top tier.
Yeah. Very top
Yeah,
tier.
yeah.
So is the next one, but only for a specific purpose.
Extremely specific, and I feel like it was much more top tier in Kingmaker than Wrath. But yeah.
Herald Caller. If you want to be a full caster, but also want to be a summoning archetype, great class. You can't go wrong. Like, it's
Now, question:
what?
does this gain extended duration for summons or not? I don't think it does.
I don't think so. I think it just gives you the two like augment summoning and superior summoning for free, so you
Yeah.
don't have to waste like feats on getting those. But yeah,
Yeah, and you can spontaneously cast them.
You do only get one domain, and you lose medium armor and shield proficiencies.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to
But,
be a combat-y summoner, choose Monster Tactician Inquisitor. If you want to be a caster summoner, I think Herald's Collar is a good way to go.
I agree. I think Herald Collar is a good way to go if you want to be a casting summoner.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think casting summoners have shit for power in Wrath of the Righteous. So it's not something I recommend, but if it is something you want to do, then I think Herald Collar is a good...
Summoning in Pathfinder, in general, I generally feel like is better. I don't enjoy it.
Right.
It takes a long time for it to get good.
Yeah.
But there's also there's a lot of archetypes. Like, that's why I asked, because there's a lot of archetypes where it makes the summons last longer. Like, in my opinion, one of the problems with summoning is that they only last rounds per level, so they don't last very long.
I think there's
I'm not saying this is the best summoning archetype. I'm saying that it's a good one though.
Isn't
it
there
gives
only
you access
one archetype in this game that lets it last more than rounds per level?
Yeah, it's a
Is
Druid
there? I don't
one,
know.
right? Yeah,
I usually see, it's a summoning archetype. I just immediately move on.
Pretty sure there's only one.
I also
that does
just
that.
don't like summoning in general because it's the speedrunner in me, and summoning is, except for Animate Dead, is all full round actions, and I hate full round actions.
Monster Tactician does that. No other summoning class does that.
It's Monster Tactician that does it. Okay,
that's it.
I don't know. I think or maybe it was the Cleric. I'm pretty sure there's one that summons like Trents or something like minute per level or hours per level. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's not that.
But
important.
I would say, I don't know. Being a full caster or a summoner, I feel like is like there are some like buffs and stuff you can do as a cleric that you can throw on to all your summons that like an Inquisitor will never be able to do. So that's why I say there's a benefit to both, but I will say that oh right, there's a Bard summoning archetype now. I forgot about that. I don't play Bards.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I was talking with somebody
about
it not too long ago.
Yeah, in my defense, that's a new one. Didn't exist in Kingmaker, so
yeah, in Kingmaker, the Herald summoning in general and the Herald Collar was like really powerful. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was really strong there.
1 minute per level.
I've tried like hell to make summoning like viable in Wrath, and the only way that I can do it is by making the summons just like a wall between me and them that we kill them from behind. But in Kingmaker, like the summons could actually do the killing, which was nice.
I like Herald Collar. Like, I would build it with like the community domain and then mix with Angel to get the Angel buffs and just have pretty powerful defensive party and summons and do that. But
well,
I'm just not a fan of summoning in general in these games mostly. So any summoning archetype it definitely has an uphill battle for me to see it as decent or good.
And if you don't have the necessary feats, like it's not good until you get them, which is annoying.
All right, so I'm gonna put this above the Demon Bane Priest and Angel Fire Apostle, but below the Crusader. I would say that this is probably.
I feel like this is probably better than basic Cleric. Definitely not better, like way worse than Crusader or Ecclesia Theurge.
Yeah, I would say better.
Ecclesia Theurge.
The reason I'm going to say better than basic Cleric is because you're not going to pick this if you don't want to be a summoning class.
Agreed.
That would be dumb. So if you want to be a summoning class,
I want to be an enchanter. Let me pick the summoning class.
It's a good archetype. There's not that many summoning archetypes anyway. But if you want to be a cleric that doesn't summon, don't pick it. It's hard to rank this one because it's like you're either gonna do it or you're not. There's no.
I was going to argue that the base Cleric would be better for everything else though. So doesn't that mean that it should be ranked higher? But then I remembered Ecclesia Theurge is better at pretty much everything else, or Crusader. So it's like at least this is better at something. So yeah, I'll agree with you. It's better than the base Cleric class.
Yeah, you do have to take into consideration what the intent for if you're taking this, how good is this as the thing that it is?
Does enduring
like-
spells work with summons?
No, enduring spells does not.
I was
work
about to say
with
it's
summons.
buffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's buffs. It's not. Yeah.
What do you mean it's buffs? Isn't it just spells that have a certain time requirement?
Pretty sure it's.
It doesn't
I don't
say
know. We'll
buff
have to go look
spells
at it.
only. I don't think a game can decipher what's a buff spell only.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to go load up and look at it. I'm sure it doesn't affect
Here,
spells
let me-
that affect
here.
enemies, but I don't know. Maybe it does.
Effects of your spells on your allies that
There you
should
go.
last longer than an hour but shorter than 24 hours now last 24 hours.
There you go.
So yeah, it is things that cause effects on your allies.
Cool.
Not that creates allies, I guess. I mean, technically it could still potentially be read that way, but I feel like you have to stretch some of the wording there to make that fit. And you would also have to jump through quite a few hoops to get those rounds per level to get up to 5 minutes, which is possible.
Yeah,
but
possible as a lich or an angel or with those feats that we talked about last time.
Yeah, you would need to combine some spell books, and I think there's like a way to do it if you're not combining spell books, but it's like incredibly like you have to do a specific thing, you have to be wearing specific armor, you have to be, built a specific way.
Yeah.
It's very, very
We were talking about it the last time, and yeah, there was a way with, like you said, the armor and the right mythic feat and whatever else. But
Yeah, because I looked real hard because when I was actually speedrunning Wrath, I was trying to find a way to make haste 24 hours. But I was just not able to do it with the routing that I had. You would have to go way out of your way to get that done. But yeah, that's Herald Color.
Priest of Balance. As Igor has just told me, it's a nerfed adaptation of a prestige class from the tabletop called Envoy of Balance.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Which makes sense. I mean, I feel like
it seems interesting.
I feel like it's good if like you want to be able to channel both. Like, if that's what you want, this is the only thing that does it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, how often are you going to want to be channeling
If
both in
you're
quick succession?
if you're a lich.
I mean, yeah.
You'd be able to heal
But if
your
you're a lich,
undead
wouldn't
party
it be
members
more
and
efficient to just have your undead party members?
I mean, what if some people want some of the living people around?
I mean, I
don't
did
know.
that, and I just realized that the undead were bad anyway, so I didn't use them at all.
I think
in
it's
one
just,
of our
it's just versatile.
in one of our
It
Midnight
is.
Isles playthroughs, we actually used one of these because hey, this is interesting, and it's actually kind of fun to switch off, going back and forth, to to get the buffs or the increased power. I'm not saying it's incredibly effective or anything like that, but I don't know, it added something, a little something extra to do that was, I don't know, kind of fun whenever we were going through it. I feel like it is versatile. It's not terribly effective, but it
Also,
I don't know, if you're looking for a little something
Yeah.
different, I could see you playing it, because I actually did play it then and actually did have fun doing it. So I'll give it that, but I don't think it's incredibly powerful or anything.
the
I
other
was
thing
gonna
to
say,
think
like,
about
if-
is that the inflict wounds that you can do and the channel negative energy with selective channel, you can use those as offensive spells to hurt people. And most
Yeah,
things don't
it's true.
resist negative energy.
Yeah, which is what we were kind of doing. We were healing ourselves and then hurting them and then back
Yeah.
and forth, and
Yeah,
it was fun to do.
You would
What's my
definitely
point?
have to get selective channel to make this,
Which you should
as
just
all
do
viable.
anyway, so
Definitely.
you don't heal enemies.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine
it's a good
casting
idea.
channel energy in combat.
Well, I was gonna say maybe if you're Crusader
I'm
or
kidding.
something, you
I do
don't
that
need
shit
it,
all the
but-
time.
Listen, if you get blasted with the fireball, channel energy is the quickest way to heal
I
everyone.
literally just said I'm kidding.
And in Resident, you get hit with a lot of fiery launched things all the time.
Oh yeah, those fucking Brimmeracks.
Yeah. And then also just
Yeah.
the like fire cows that are getting launched at people or whatever they are. Like the
the giants are on the catapults on the walls, just pelting you.
Imagine not using the options to kill the giants immediately.
Imagine not going with Reginald and whatever plan he decides to do because he's a strategic genius.
Imagine not going with the gnome lady who's definitely not a traitor.
I usually
Look,
go
that
with
takes
her.
you right into Arushalay, and you can get her early if you have the stuff to get her early.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome to do.
Yeah, I think Priest of Balance is cool for what it is. I'd probably put it at the same level as like around basic cleric and herald caller, because I think it's that clump of classes is just if either you want
Herald
to do
Caller
a
and
specific
Balance are
thing
definitely very
or don't want to
specific in what
yeah,
they do.
it's just a specific thing. Like there's no, you can't really rank it comparatively in a more broad sense because it's just this is accomplishing a specific task.
Yeah, I would definitely have to like I've never played this one, obviously. I usually don't play with clerics very often.
But you only lose the domain and not any other proficiencies to be able to do it.
You don't lose much for this.
That's
You
pretty
don't
good.
lose much for this.
It's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Cleric, Herald Caller, Priest of Balance, kind of in the same tier.
Yeah.
Crusader, Ecclesiarch.
Yeah,
Right?
nobody says that one right.
in
Nobody on the planet says that one correctly.
In the top tier, and then Angel, Fire, Apostle, and Demon Bane,
Yeah.
Priest. in the
I
bottom
literally
tier.
say Ecclesiarch.
Everybody
Yeah,
does.
that's usually what I say, but it's
Everybody
Eccles-
does. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to train
Ecclesiarch.
myself to say
Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch. Oh, thanks. That's a lot easier to say.
Ecclesiarch. Alright.
Ecclesiarch. Yeah, you can say that one.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Mario.
I would say cleric though, in general. I mean, Angel, Fire,
There's a reason it's one of the
Apostle-
base classes. It's strong.
Angel, yeah, it is. Like there's only like 2 archetypes that are worse than that. 4 if you aren't looking to do exactly Herald, Caller, or Priest of Balance. So the base class
Yeah,
being
like
like the
these-
third
these-
best choice is pretty good compared to other classes.
Yeah.
But
And
Angel,
like
Fire,
even
Apostle is garbage.
even Crusader and Ecclesiarch, they are very specific in what they do.
Yeah,
So like if you just want a base, like a better all around
that's true.
character, the basic cleric is going to be the best one for
It
you.
is.
It's not going to reach the highs that the different archetypes can get to, but it's also not going to reach the lows that they can if the specifics for that archetype aren't met.
Yeah.
Base Cleric's a very, very fine choice.
Throw away the
For
garbage
sure.
fire apostle.
Yep.
We don't need it.
Man, you are such haters.
It's bad.
There's a
It's
need for
bad.
not garbage. It's
not good.
It's not good, but it's not garbage.
It's
It
pretty
is
garbage.
not
It's garbage fire
It's
apostle.
pretty garbage.
No,
It's pretty-
definitely
it's-
not.
It's
It-
bad. Honestly, it's bad specifically for the limit.
Crash
in
Fire Apostle.
the
That's what it
it's
is.
bad specifically for the fact that you're limited in the gods you can worship. Like that's also bad. Like
Limited, which limits your domains that you can choose.
Yep.
Like I said, the diminished spellcasting isn't quite as bad.
What
as
if
I
you
thought
only
it
like
was.
playing good characters anyways? Like half of the freaking people that play the game do.
oh well,
You know, like
Like okay,
Or-
you're losing 2 uses of your channel as energy to cast any of those spells.
okay.
you're also
I
You're
do wanna
only
point
getting
out
an
that, like,
extra 2.
The best heal spell in the game besides mass heal, I guess, is like one of those spells though. So you can get like
But you get it
10
anyway.
extra spell casts of that. Yeah, but instead of using those spell slots on the heal spell, you can cast heal more times than a cleric with that's not an angel fire apostle can. You know, even if you use none of your spell slots on heal, if you use it on other stuff that keeps you from dying, like heightened freedom of movements or other buff spells, whatever, like you can keep your cleric as just buffing and still be able to get some good healing
What
going
level
on.
6 buff spells would you
Well,
take instead?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go look at the spell list. To be honest, I don't think there are a whole lot of level 6 buff spells that are great, but that's why I
Like you
said you
get
take
Bull
the
Strike
heightened
Mass, which you can get on other characters, Bear's Endurance Mass, Eagle Splendor, Owl's Wisdom
Whenever we
Mass,
talked
which
about
you
it
can get on
earlier,
other ones.
we said if the cleric was like the only or one of your only buffers, like if you didn't have a lot of other buffs, like I feel like there is a party that could use this to great effect. That, you know, if you don't have access to a lot of these buffs in from other characters, also you can use heighten to heighten some of the lower level buff spells that are incredibly important, way more important than any of the level 6 ones. And anyway, that's where I feel like it's good at. And with all of the abundant casting feats, like losing 9 spell slots sucks. But you know what? You still have like over 80 freaking spell slots if you get all the abundant casting spell feats, and you're maxing out your wisdom. Like, you're still going to have a lot of spell casts. And if you don't have a lot of buffs from anybody else, you can concentrate on buffs and still get some healing and other of these spells. Like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's not garbage. Like, there's definitely a party that would use this. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to start another playthrough, and the whole point of the playthrough will be to show that this does not suck. It is not garbage. We're gonna have the Angel Fire Apostle carry our freaking party in our next playthrough.
When the Shifter DLC comes out, Lord, we will each make an Angel Fire Apostle, and I will show you how garbage it is, and you will try to prove how great it is, and we'll see.
I would rather not nerf my entire party.
All right. I'm
go
good
for
with that.
it.
No. Let's be clear here. Is the main character an Angel Fire Apostle, or are we just getting like a mercenary Angel Fire Apostle?
Never play with mercenaries. Who are you?
Then that's probably not going to work, because if I'm starting out whenever the new DLC comes out, then I'm doing it to play a shifter. So that's probably not going to work. Like, I can't start new with a new class and then not play the new class.
Mercenaries are a waste of money and also cut down on the content of the game.
Well, I'll still make one that's an Angel Fire Apostle to show that they can be
Midnight
really
Isles.
Well, in Midnight Isles, they're all mercenaries, Pandora.
You literally don't have a choice.
Alright, so Druid.
Druid.
Alright, Druid.
I can already tell you.
I'm actually using a wild-shaped Druid. I'm actually using a wild-shaped Druid in my party right now, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
I never liked
just the
wild
basic Druid class.
I never liked wild shape because you do have to like have good physical stats to make it good.
Yeah, I don't like wild.
And I don't like building physical boosted casters. It's annoying.
I'll say Druid is definitely my least favorite of the divine casters.
I have
here.
like 3 I think I have 4 sources of trip in that party. So every enemy is just on the floor the entire fight. It's kind of great.
I really like the Druid spell list, and the animal having an animal companion is strong, and even if you don't want those, the domains are pretty strong too. But the biggest thing here is the wild shape, and having to build a physical stat caster is so fucking annoying, and I hate it.
Mean,
okay, to be fair, if you're, you get a decent amount of AC just via the natural armor that you get boosted by the wild shape buffs. So you don't have to put a whole lot into dex. I think like my Druid in the DLC is like literally at 10 dex. I don't think I put any into it. Put a bit into con, boost your strength up quite a bit, and then put like 15 into wisdom or 16 into wisdom to get, the next like modifier point, because you don't really need to go up any higher than that, because by the time you get to level 7, 8, or 9 spells, you're gonna have a headband to boost it up higher.
There's nothing
you don't
wrong
really
with it.
need.
My personal preference is I hate building into physical stats with casters. That's just my personal preference.
I would have agreed until I was doing this run through. I am actually very, very pleased with how my Druid has turned out thus far. Yeah. It's actually worked really well with the rest of the party. The only reason that I did it is because of the Tailwind that I got. I got the natural weapon and unarmed attack Tailwind, where they get boosted damage, which is why I built that. Which is actually one of the I'm really enjoying the DLC. Side note, DLC is really fun. If you haven't played it, you really should. The Tailwinds have vastly changed how I would build my party, because normally I would never build a wild-shaped druid, and yeah, it's one of my favorite party members.
Igor makes a good point. There's a mythic talent that gives a +4 to every physical stat when under polymorph effects.
That was mythic number 1 for me.
Yeah, definitely strong. As far as the base druid goes, well, actually, first, Pondor's right. The freaking Midnight Isles DLC is amazing. Couldn't believe that they made a DLC that was as long or almost as long as the base game, and with no story.
I still haven't gotten through it.
I still thoroughly enjoyed and found genuinely fun, and a lot of that is because of the tailwinds and stuff that they give you for sure.
Yep. I'm currently on lap 5 of my 3rd run through.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think they shortened it to only 3 run throughs now. It was 4 whenever it first came out.
Was it 4?
So
okay.
Yeah, it was, because we got kind of screwed. We were on our 4th run through. We just started it, and then the patch came. Then the patch came out that made it only 3 run throughs, and it kind of screwed up our playthrough. And it was damn it. But anyways, that doesn't matter. As far as the base druid goes, I agree with Unsung. I don't like it. I just ignore the wild shape if I'm going to play this. I do think that there's a way to build your druid here where you can take advantage of the casting and still be physically powerful. But you like to use the primal druid for that, and definitely not the base druid. The base druid, I feel like any other druid down here or any other archetype is going to be better at whatever you want to do. Maybe the base druid's better if you just want an all-around better whatever, maybe. But I really don't suggest. Well, I don't know. If you're playing on higher difficulties, I suggest that you focus more on being powerful than being all-around good. But if you just want a good time, you're playing when middle or lower difficulties, then
you definitely need to
I guess
min-max a lot more.
Yeah,
but I don't like the base druid much at all.
Igor, I would agree. I feel like the archetypes in general across the druid class that they chose for this game are not the best ones they could have done. Call of the Wild mod in Kingmaker adds Nature Fang as an archetype, and it's so fucking cool because it's a druid that has sneak attack, and it's
interesting.
It's sick. It's sick. Nature Fang is cool. It's a druid rogue. It's fantastic. And yeah, the vermin druid would have been cool here too. There's other things they could have done. Literally, I don't see why Defender of the True World and Face Speaker were even still included just because they were in Kingmaker. I guess it's less time working on a new archetype. I get that, but they literally are worthless here. So.
Yeah, I agree. They're probably two of the worst archetypes in the entire game.
I would like to point out that I think you two just don't understand the Druid because it is a 4-star difficulty class, and I just think that you guys just can't figure it out.
Oh my god. Listen here, Pondor. Listen here, buddy. Okay? Buddy old pal. I've got almost 700 hours in this game.
I think I'm at
1,000 hours in Kingmaker, and I've been playing Pathfinder Tabletop since I was 17 years old.
Well, then you would think you would be better.
I would actually like to thank you, Pondor, because that explains a lot. All right, now I know why I don't like the Druid.
Don't appease him.
Can we get to another class that's only got one of these little purple circles, please?
All right. I really don't want to talk too much about Defender of the True World, because it sucks.
Oh, wait.
What about Blight Druid?
Oh, sorry. I was clicked on Blight Druid, so I accidentally went down.
How dare you?
Blight Druid also bad. I'm not.
Yes.
In Kingmaker, it was great. I liked it in Kingmaker because Fae are really low fortitudes, so you can miasma the hell out of everybody. But demons, they don't give a shit about your miasma. okay? They don't give 2 shits about it. They don't care. They will be impervious to your miasma. It's not
I've
effective.
never once heard somebody say miasma.
Yeah, I've never heard it called
Miasma?
that either.
It's
Yeah.
miasma.
I've always heard it as miasma.
I've only ever heard it called miasma, and I watched
Whatever.
all 5 seasons of Inuyasha, where they use the word in almost every single episode.
Oh
as
my god.
miasma.
Yeah, because dubbed
Hey, let's
shows never
make
get
the enemy
English
super weak, and he
wrong.
gets his ass handed to him every time he meets the main characters. But he just runs away every time so that we can extend this show forever.
miasma,
Isn't
whatever.
that every anime show?
Huh?
Nothing.
I mean, most of the time they don't actually come face to face with the primary antagonist very often. Whereas in Inuyasha, it's like every other fucking episode.
You also don't get an animal companion. So.
Yeah, so absolute trash. Like that right there is reason enough to say that this archetype is
I will
absolute
say
trash.
that I want Blight Druid to be good, just because I feel like it's really cool, especially if you like read the description for it here and like what it's supposed to be.
It
I
is
just feel
cool.
like mechanically it doesn't represent that very well, and then with the setting like that it's in, the mechanics that it does have to represent what it's supposed to be aren't very effective.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
roleplay
So,
wise, it's a cool concept, and in Kingmaker, it absolutely worked, but not here.
All right, so Blight Druid bad.
Also,
It does get 2 extra domains.
Lord,
Just to point out, it does get the death and destruction domains in addition to the normal ones. I don't think that bumps it up at
No.
all, honestly, because those aren't great domains regardless. But it, just pointing it out that it is.
I would like
is
to
a thing.
point out that Lord Bovin and Igor said that I'm saying miasma like they wouldn't like either French or Portuguese, and that they said I'm being casually global inclusive. So thank you. I am. I'm just more cultured.
That's also just another way of saying that you're racist.
I'm just more cultured. So
It's just more cultured.
Oh, maybe if you had come to that conclusion on your own, Unsung, but you didn't. So I'm gonna have to take that away.
I think it's actually better for people from other countries to tell you that you're cultured than for you to decide that you're cultured on your own.
No, I am very cultured. I am the most cultured of all peoples. Because America has the best culture. Nobody comes close.
All right, so Defender of the True World.
Oh yeah, okay. Defender of the True World sucks. Why do we need
Great.
bonuses to Fae?
In Kingmaker. In Kingmaker, really good.
In Kingmaker,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
However,
Why? Because there's
that's
Fae
not this
everywhere.
game.
But yeah,
Are
are there any Fae in this game?
I
mean,
literally can't recall
trying to
any
remember.
Fae in this game.
I'm sure there are. Maybe.
I'm trying to think if there's even Fae in the fucking DLC. And I don't think there are. There's
gotta be, right?
elementals, there's demons, there's
I don't think we
undead.
fight Nereids. We don't fight
There's
any like,
kobolds.
Dryads. We don't fight,
Yeah.
mites. Like,
Oh yeah,
No,
there's a couple
there,
of mites.
There are mites in the DLC.
Yeah, there's a couple of mites in the DLC.
there you go.
There you go. We can take a whole ass archetype
Yay.
to fight mites. We got them.
Such a
Hey, man,
bad.
fuck those little
class.
bad-
Deadly
bastards.
suckers.
Got them. Fucking nail them.
All right, so Defender of the True World, garbage. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
In the context of this game specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so the Drovier is actually pretty damn good.
I love the Drovier. If you don't want to
I
shapeshift,
had
Drovier is
no
great.
idea how good that this was going to be. This is this is one of the reasons that I did go through and I started looking up these at 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it's AoE animal aspects.
Yes,
It's insane. That's
Yeah,
so good.
it's crazy.
Had I
it's
known, I
really
would have
good.
taken this. Well, no, I wouldn't have for this particular one, but I might have made a second Drovier Druid. Like, I might have run 2 Druids in this party if I had known that.
And I mean, it's only at the end, but with inevitable Exodus DLC, like at 20th level, you can literally use it as much as you want. Like it's
Yeah,
at will.
It's at will, which is bonkers.
So good.
I agree.
And honestly,
definitely really good.
when you pair it with Angel and get like the Angel buffs for your party, it's the best like buffing combo in my opinion that you can possibly build. Like it's ridiculous. It's insane. So
Nice.
I fucking loved it. The aspects
All
are
right.
great.
Yep.
Imagine
Alright,
just
yeah.
giving everyone like the fucking like raptor and everyone's just kind of like
super fast, or like for my particular party, since I'm focusing so much on trip, the gorilla, just getting a +4 to CMB, because I'm sitting there, I'm casting it individually on all of my characters.
being to make everyone more
Igor's
stealthy.
yelling at me, he's like, I fucking told you about this.
You can also just give everyone gorilla when looking for traps, just +2 perception, everybody. Good luck. Like,
oh, does gorilla give +2 to perception as well? I thought that was a different one.
yep, 2 bonus to perception as well. Plus, no, gorilla's 1 on fortitude saves and perception.
I don't remember.
Bear is the CMB.
No,
Yes.
gorilla, you gain a +4 competence bonus to CMB.
I'm hovering
Monkey.
over animal aspect greater gorilla.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
it
that's
says-
the greater one. That's not the basic one.
Oh, they added.
Gorilla. Animal
Okay.
aspect gorilla. Your arms become long, flexible, and strong like those of a great ape. You gain a +4 competence bonus to CMB. Get absolutely fucking wrecked.
What are you talking about?
are you looking at the spell?
Yeah,
Yes.
the spell's different.
Yeah.
Try again.
So wait, which one? +4
Drovier, just
mobility,
look at the
trickery,
ability.
stealth, raptor.
Just look at the ability and hover over them. Don't look at the spell.
Okay. Right, but the original one, like communal aspect, the basic one, copies the spell, and that's the one that I'm using. In my particular thing, and it's also only a +2 if you use aspect of the bear, whereas aspect of the gorilla in animal aspect is a +4. So get fucked.
Are you fucked, Unsung?
No, because I don't remember there being like bonuses to the different animals, but that's interesting.
What? The spell animal aspect?
No, ignore me. I'm just talking to myself.
Okay.
I'm... Yeah, for some reason in my mind, I registered animal aspect greater as just different animals on top of the animals you could already choose from. But
No,
it's
it adds
the
a
same
bonus
animals
on top
but better.
of the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bad. Still good. I mean, bear does CMB as well, but yeah.
Is bear CMB as well?
It's
in
+2
greater?
to CMB plus and +2 to natural armor to AC. It gives everyone bull rush.
What level is like the actual spell animal aspect greater?
I think it's level 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Right?
Is it level 3 really?
Yeah,
Maybe not for.
No, I was about to
Druid.
say because level 2 is normal.
it's
animal
level
aspect.
3. It's at the bottom of level.
Oh no shit!
It's a
Wow.
3rd level spell.
Huh.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah,
I did not I thought it was like I was looking at level 6.
so yeah, so like I said, everyone's a gorilla. They can see traps. Gorillas can see traps for miles. Everyone knows this.
Yes, that is what they are known for.
All right, so Drovier just straight up better
It's
than
really
If
good.
you don't want to wild shape at all, it's Druid plus.
absolutely better.
it's
Yeah.
Druid
Yeah.
plus if you don't want to wild shape.
And if you do want a wild shape, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm just kidding.
It's fun and good, and you get an extra trip person if you take wolf. Like I am completely done with like I am like level 14 or 15 or something like that at this point. Like level, I am past where I get all of my wild shapes, and I'm still using wolf. Because that extra trip chance is just so goddamn good.
If you're level 4, why don't you just use like aspect of the wolf then?
Because they're both polymorph effects, and one overwrites the other.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to use aspect of the bear. There's one that's lower level that gives you a bonus to CMB, and I was trying to use that in Aspect of the Wolf, and I realized that they overrode each other. So yeah,
Makes sense.
unfortunately, that does not work.
All right. Elemental Rampager. Before I decide how good this is, can you use Rampage while wild shaped?
I believe so.
I mean,
I would have to check it but it's not like a spell. It's like a supernatural ability or
Yeah, it's just an ability.
spell like ability or something like that. So you don't have to cast.
Igor says
It's
yes.
it's just basically going into a rage. It's basically rage.
Yeah.
yeah, this
So-
was. Go ahead.
So if you get claws, no, because a claw attack is not while rampaging. So you wouldn't get claws if you wild shaped. You wouldn't get the extra claws.
No, you would just have the weapons that you have while wild
Stupid.
shaped. I also don't think that you get. Yeah, it says a claw attack, so I don't think that you're like dual wielding claws. So I don't think you get multiple attacks with those. I think it's just the one, which is
Ooh.
weird.
Maybe this one's just a good concept, but poorly implemented.
Maybe. But like, if you're using wild shape, the extra damage.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but you take a -2 to armor class as well.
Which is normal.
But the
for
bonuses
rage.
keep increasing, so like you'll get a
But it's
free
really slow. It's really slow. Look at that. It's 1 at 6, then 1 every 5 levels. So you get it at
Yeah.
you're up to +4 at level 16.
but a bonus to attack and damage is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
eventually
like,
you're also
it's-
doing elemental damage and have energy resistance on top of that.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that this does not tell you how much extra damage you're doing.
Nope.
And when you scroll over them, it's just a blank thing.
Yep.
So
I don't.
without actually going in and testing this, it's really difficult to say just how good this extra elemental stuff is because we just don't know how
And you
much
don't
we
get a domain or animal companion. So
Yeah.
it's a big
I haven't actually tested it myself or played it myself, but it's supposed to be extremely effective along with the demon because the demon mythic path adds so many extra attacks, and I think the
Oh.
rampage and the demon's rage like stack.
Igor
like,
is
as a-
saying
as a-
that Igor is saying that each of the rampages gives extra stuff as well. He says that lightning gives AoE damage. So there's stuff in here
Okay.
that we just can't see unless we actually go in and test it. Unfortunately,
Laura, like you said, having played a demon playthrough, I can see how this would pair up with demon really well.
Yeah, I think it would. I haven't like tested it myself, like I said, but yeah, I've talked to people who say that it's really effective. And I remember like back whenever the game was first released, like that was the advice because of all the problems demon was having. Like if you want to play a demon, then make it an elemental rampager because then you can still be overpowered.
Hagbound
So,
Witch
yeah.
was also a good one in my experience.
but
But-
guys,
One
you
attack
lose
damage
immunity
would
to
be good.
poisons at level 9. Trash, absolute trash.
Well, we're already immune to poison by like what level 2?
Level
5?
Level 5. Yeah.
Level 3 level spells.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
No, you get it naturally. It's better.
All right, so elemental rampager pretty good if you want a natural attack build. Probably really good if you're gonna
Yeah,
go with the
hard to
demon
say
path.
exactly how effective this is because we just don't have all the
Very
information. that we
niche as well, but yeah.
All right, Face Speaker. I think we already covered that it's not
Garbage?
very good.
need. Yep.
Yeah,
More garbage.
mas basura.
One thing that's that we should note: it uses charisma instead of wisdom as their spellcasting score.
That's true, but I would argue that persuasion's not as important here as it was in Kingmaker.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially since you have party members that are going to have really high persuasions.
There's only like a couple of instances where only your persuasion matters. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's
almost
very
none.
rare.
Yeah. And wisdom is other than persuasion, charisma has no purpose, and wisdom gives you will saves. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say that, you know, maybe if you're dipping like into some other classes that give you your charisma to AC like some of them do, you're trying to get overpowered like that,
I
like
can,
maybe that's
yeah,
something
like
where it
scaled
helps.
fist monk or something.
But I just feel like you wouldn't
Well,
do that
like-
with the Bay Speaker like you would do that with some other class
No,
would
because
be
that
better at it.
only would work if you went deep into Phase Speaker, because it's not going to change your other classes spellcasting to charisma. And I don't think it gives bonuses other than that.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to add like extra AC or something to your Druid, like to get a much higher
I
AC
gotcha,
than you
I
could
gotcha.
otherwise
Yeah.
get, you know, since this is like you could dip. Of course, then again, like with Monk, you know, you have monks that have wisdom and charisma, but you can get your AC twice with charisma because, you know, with the Oracle, Nature's Whisper,
Right.
and Skeld Fist Monk together, you get like double your charisma bonus instead
Yeah,
of
it
just
can
one
get
time your
really
wisdom
insane.
bonus. Yeah. So I like that's the only area where I could say like maybe, but just don't do that. It's not a good idea. But you know, if you did want to do that, like that's one way I guess that this could be better.
Yep. Loses spontaneous cast summoning and a lot of your wild shape stuff, and it delays some of it as well.
Yep.
To get you a couple of enchantment or illusion spells from the sorcerer wizard spell list. Yay.
Yeah. Does it even give any of the good ones? Oh, you get to choose.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like you just get to choose one from each of the levels.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
okay. No, it's terrible. Like,
I mean,
you don't get-
enchantment and
you don't get
illusion
color
are not
spray
great
until
spell
4th
schools.
level. Actually, illusion is phenomenal. I do not like enchantment at all, but I do love illusion.
Well, it's good if you build really hard into it, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's mostly
like-
good because of Phantasmal Killer and Weird. Color spray is pretty good early too, I
Yeah.
guess, but only like really early.
Yeah, but like I actually had this conversation the other day. The problem with that is that a lot of those come with dual saves.
Yeah, well,
Specifically, Phantasmal Killer and Weird, they come with dual saves. So yeah, unless you're again, this goes back to what I just said. Unless you're building for it, if you're building for it, it's fine-ish. But if you're not, then like it gives the
yeah, I agree. It's not something you can just dip into or
Yeah.
whatever. Like you gotta be built for it. I can agree with that.
I feel like for any DC spell category, it's bad if you don't build into it, because in this game your DC is just never going to be high enough unless you boost it.
Yeah, but like if you're like a
Or unless you're evocation.
evocation, yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say if you're just like a basic blaster caster bitch, like most of my spellcasters are, because I'm very creative.
You're still doing some damage even if you're not.
Yeah, you might not be the most effective damage dealer person, man, but you're still doing, at least half most of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas, with these, it's like it dies or it takes 5 damage, like, or
True.
none sometimes. So it's a much higher, risk reward thing.
All right.
All right, so Face Speaker not very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
At all.
Primal Druid.
Primal Druid. I have also
Alright.
made one of these.
Very
for my,
cool concept.
Primal Druid is awesome. I love it.
If this
Hey.
is like what you want to do, like if you want to be a huge ass druid man, strength boy, this is the perfect class for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want your melee druid, this is
This is
definitely this is it.
Melee
right
I've
here.
done it. It's very good.
It's extremely.
You do have a
good.
limited animal companion list, but a lot of them are very good animal
Yeah, these are like
companions.
some of the best ones.
I was about to say, for straight up damage, you're not going to beat out the Smilodon. Mastodon is really good because it does come with the Gore attack. Does come
Trips
with
now.
Trip. Yep. I have had a Mastodon in every one of my parties since I learned that. It's very, very good. Triceratops is just dope. Unfortunately, apparently the Triceratops' gore attack does not trip for some reason.
Boo.
Yeah, I was told that is it's either bugged or that is intentional, but it does not trip. And then the Velociraptor is another good damage dealing.
I love Velociboy.
Dude,
He's so cute.
I like the Velociraptors. Like, I don't know if you've actually used them. It's really, really fun just because they're so fast. Like, they can run from like one side of the battlefield to the other and just like pick up enemies that are like going after your casters or something and get or they can just like kite enemies around. Like, I never really took the Velociraptor because like whatever, but dude, the speed is really fun to use and actually surprisingly
the
effective.
60-foot movement speed is insane.
Send him at the caster, send him at the back line, and just let him go to town.
Yeah, really good for that too. Like, they're fast enough to just run all the way around so they don't have to really get in touch with the melee and just kill whatever's in the back.
They're great.
They're highly effective. They are
When I played my Drovier Druid Angel, I played with a Velociraptor.
Nice.
And he was so cute.
Yeah. I feel of these four, unfortunately, the Triceratops, while probably the coolest, is also the least effective.
Yeah, I think I have to definitely agree that it is the least effective of these four.
Yeah.
I'd put Smilodon and Mastodon, depending on what you want to do, as the most effective.
Yeah.
And probably Velociraptor is the most fun.
I would agree.
But like even the Velociraptor, you guys were just saying, it's really good at clearing out the back lines.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely has.
It's not bad.
Mastodon's cool. I honestly, if I was going for a tanky animal companion, I'd prefer Boar, but I like Mastodon too.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that using Mastodon as a tanky character. It's mainly the trip.
The boars also get a trip though, and I think they do have more HP,
as
but
much
maybe
strength
less
as a
Mastodon.
Yeah,
There's very little difference between the two.
Does Gore innately get trip because it doesn't say
it does now?
Here.
Yes,
it does now. Yeah, they changed it. I think whenever the Midnight Isles released or sometime around there.
I feel like realistically that makes no sense, but okay, sure.
They did.
If you're getting gored, you're not getting tripped to the ground. You're getting impaled.
Knocked to the ground.
I don't know. I think they also added it so that like the elk gets it too, maybe because of the antlers. I don't know. I guess the reasoning is like they're using, I don't know, these big giant tusks to sweep your feet out from under you or something. I don't get it either, but they did it.
I don't know the why, but I'm not complaining because it's really, really good.
Yeah. One thing's for sure though, wolves are definitely nowhere near as good as they used to be.
Yeah, now that
are you saying legendary proportions as in that boosted large person is basically legendary proportions?
Yeah, they've kind of fallen by the wayside.
They're
They're still actually not that far off.
Is.
Because I also have a wolf companion in my party right now.
I thought
like I said, I have like 4 sources of trip. My monk has sweeping leg. My druid goes into wolf form. My mastodon and my wolf companion. The mastodon and the wolf companions CMBs are only like 2 off from each other. They're actually pretty damn close.
Yeah, so you wouldn't get the
while
natural armor
aren't
or the DR10 out of
anymore in their ability to trip. I would not at all say that they are bad,
unfortunately,
or like vastly inferior to any of the others. So yeah.
Yeah.
But we've talked a lot about the animal companions, but not a whole lot about what the primal druid actually brings to the table, which is primal size.
Yes. Yeah, which is just freaking awesome.
You can spontaneously cast Enlarge Person on yourself.
Yep.
And it scales with level. At 8th level, the size bonuses become a +4, and at 16th, they become a +6.
Which is literally
really,
huge.
really good.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
also
huge,
at
it's
16th
awesome.
level, when you get the +6, you also are increased by 2 size categories instead of just 1. Giving you more reach, obviously more damage with your melee weapons.
If
on
you
top of the strength and con bonuses.
if you don't mind the lack of bonus to AC, as Igor said, it's legendary proportions essentially without using fossils.
It's awesome. This is definitely the way I suggest building a druid. The way that I like to do it. You can just pump up your stats for melee, put a reach weapon on, get those huge size bonuses, and the fact that you have a little bit less AC doesn't really matter too much because you got so much reach and you're dealing so much damage. And then just keep your spells for buffing because the druid has so many good buffs that you can just, you can just dedicate all your spell slots to buffing and dedicate this character to melee damage and support. And then especially if you're throwing on, some attack of opportunity teamwork feats with that humongous range, you can be getting attacks of opportunity on anything on the battlefield if you have good positioning and everybody's using, the AOE or AOO teamwork feats.
Yep.
So that's the way
one thing to point out,
definitely
there is a slight disadvantage to this over legendary proportions on top of the loss of AC. You do have the dex penalty for enlarged person. It is only a -2. That does not scale like the bonuses do, but you do get that -2 penalty from enlarged person.
Yeah, I mean, it's not better than legendary proportions. It's not, but what is nice is that you get this effect from level 1, and then it gets better as you're leveling. Like that's what's nice. So for 3/4 of your playthrough before you get to having legendary proportions, like you've still got this effect, which is nice to have.
Yeah, that is another thing to think about is that remember, like, primal size, enlarged person does not get you the polymorph effect bonus from the mythic path. It's not a polymorph effect; it's a transmutation.
Yeah, it's just a transmutation. Yeah. One thing that I'm not entirely sure about, would this work with wild shape? Or what? I never tested this when I had this character.
No, because if you...
I don't think so,
No.
because isn't an enlarged person for people only?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't work
the
for
weird
animal
thing
companions.
is that animal growth doesn't work on a wild-shaped druid.
Yeah, because
I
that
know
would be
it-
broken.
I know enlarged person does not work on animal companions. I mean, I guess
Right.
it could be bugged in the same way to where it will work on a wild-shaped druid. It's possible it could be bugged in that way.
Yeah,
But
it
I would have to say
overrides.
it's got to be a bug, though. I would say.
No,
if
it
it is like
overrides because, like, think about it like this: if you had a polymorph effect on you and then you wild shaped, you wouldn't still have that polymorph effect.
But you just said that this is, like, gotta remember, this isn't a polymorph.
But any type of spell like that that's affecting you doesn't carry over when you wild shape.
Give me one sec. I'm actually gonna test it.
I'll say that
because I have wild shape on my druid in my party right now, and I also have an enlarged person spell prepped up.
Igor says
I'm just gonna
animal
go- I'm just
growth still gives you the bonuses. You just don't grow in size.
No. With a wild shape druid, you can't target. It says invalid target, so you can't cast it on them at all.
I don't know if it'll work or not. I don't think it should,
Who
but
has
maybe it
enlarged
will.
person? You do. Okay, so let me just make sure you are not wild
I
shape.
know in 5e, if you have ongoing spell effects on you and then you wild shape, you're just wild shaped. So
Yeah, I feel like anytime you change into an animal form, any other spell that changes your shape would be removed, or at least should be removed.
yeah, shouldn't work.
You do not get the bonuses. It can be cast on you, but you do not get the bonuses when you are wild shaped.
So it still shows that you have the enlarged person spell in effect, but you're just not getting any bonuses from it.
Yeah, like when I go into my cast my buff bar, it shows the icon for enlarged person, 13 minutes 58 second time remaining.
But you don't have the bonuses
But
to your stats.
when I scroll over to strength, I don't have that. Now I am going to also double check where there it is.
I was gonna say you're not like wearing a
Yeah,
belt or something that overrides it or something like that.
No, because
Oh no, it's a size bonus, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Um,
Yeah.
So yeah, animal growth, mousing over my druid, which is, by the way, named after you, Lore Spire.
Oh, nice. You are both naming characters after me, huh?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, target has no animal feature, so cannot cast animal growth on a wild-shaped druid. So
Igor, it's
double-checked
interesting
and
that you
confirmed
say that
both of those
because every time I've used animal growth on pets in game, they have
Or,
grown in size.
yeah.
So I
This
haven't had
proved
that
both
bug.
of those things. But yeah, Primal Druid is actually really good. I like Primal Druid a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Druid is fine. Drovier is great if you don't want wild shape. Primal Druid's great for a melee druid. Elmo Rampager is very niche. The other half of the archetypes are worthless. So
Yeah. I
The
would
two
say
Fey-based ones.
at least for Wrath, yeah, definitely.
I mean,
not,
Face Speaker isn't even really that good in Kingmaker.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think it's that good anywhere. Maybe for the class dipping thing I was talking about, but I feel like there's just better things you could be doing.
Yeah, there's
So,
definitely.
I don't
better
recommend
options.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, some
Okay.
some much more powerful archetypes than I expected. To Igor's frustration, I did not realize when he was recommending it just how strong the Drovier was.
Yeah, it's really. Igor, I believe, is also the one who turned me on to it. Igor and Lord Bovin. Whenever I was playing the Treasure of the Midnight Isles DLC, whenever it first released, they're the one who told me to try out Drovier, and yeah, we're tripping. Even on core difficulty, like we were getting trips all over the place, like entire combats where the enemies would be tripped or falling over. Hell, we were even getting trips on like the second to last big story boss, like from our animal companions and stuff, which was pretty
Nice.
cool. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty effective. So, all right. Next one is Oracle. Yeah.
Which this was, I was definitely fading at this point when I was going over these this morning. So I don't know a whole lot about a lot of these oracles.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the oracles quite a bit.
Igor, we are going over the full divine casters, so the level 9 spell divine casters today.
So Cleric, Druid, Oracle, Shaman.
And Shaman. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really explain anything about what we were doing at the
We're
beginning.
just
We just kind of bungled around with some technical issues, and then we just started without explaining who we are, what we're doing, or anything. Which
fine. Don't worry about it.
I actually like that we kind of jumped into it and save all that kind of stuff for the end. Although maybe we could next time put 1 or 2 lines at the beginning about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. All right, Oracle. Great class in its own right. I think it's gonna be similar to Cleric in that the base class is fairly strong in itself, but I think the other thing here is that these archetypes are way better than the Cleric archetypes. So
yeah, I was really surprised at how strong some of them were.
Yeah.
The Divine Herbalist, that's the one where you use Charisma instead of Wisdom.
Yeah, the Divine Herbalist
That's
is
what it
freaking
was.
awesome.
Oracle's all
I guess-
charisma. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're all...
Well, for lore nature. Remember how earlier I was
Got
saying
it.
that there was one.
I
where
was
you
so
use Charisma
confused. I was
instead
like,
of something.
actually, all of them are charisma instead of wisdom.
Yes.
I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking
Sorry,
about.
I did not speak correctly there.
Excuse me.
That's the only downside to Oracle, in my opinion, is that it's charisma instead of wisdom, because charisma is worthless besides that.
Well, I don't know. For power gamers who want to play on unfair difficulty, they'd actually prefer charisma because it stacks with so many other things. So
Yeah.
I'll throw that
Skill
out there.
wise, and like saves and stuff like that. I mean, there's ways to do that, right? You just take 2 levels in Paladin, and suddenly, boom, you got your charisma to all of your saves. Get fucked, wisdom,
exactly,
dex,
and
con.
And then you can get double your AC to,
yeah,
double your
charisma's
charisma to
kinda
AC.
busted.
Yeah, because of all the stuff you can dip to take.
Yeah, but you said
So-
that for power gaming and dipping, which is taboo on my channel, so I don't.
Yeah, you hate fun.
I don't hate fun. I hate doing things that don't make sense other than I want to be good at this. Like that.
Well, yeah.
Stupid.
Why would you
Well,
not want to be good at things?
Hey, to be
Stupid.
fair, for the people who are playing on unfair, you have to do things that don't make sense. Like if you're playing on that high difficulty, you're not dipping it because it doesn't make sense or because you want to be good. It's because you want to make it past the first 30 minutes of the game, which you're not going to do if you're not doing something that doesn't
Unfair.
make sense.
Like auto build only run go.
No, thank you.
That's my point. Is like if people who are playing unfair, like I can't see how I can't imagine playing unfair and being able to immerse yourself in the story at all compared to lower difficulties.
Well, I mean, it like you just gotta divorce the mechanical aspects of the builds with the actual like role-playing aspect of the game.
But you also just have to worry about mechanics so much more often. Like in core even, I don't think about mechanics really at all. Like it's easy. You buff, you go in, you're done. Like there's not really that many difficult fights on core even.
To be honest, I think it's just a different mindset. Like I kind of felt like you, Unsung, and I kind of still do. But whenever I talk to some people who are part of our community that play like pretty much exclusively on unfair, some people like that, like they don't see the game in the same way. They see it more like a puzzle, and they're trying to fit these pieces together and figure out the way that the puzzle fits together, like with the building mechanics and everything else for them to be able to solve the puzzle, which is actually like defeating the game on unfair. And like that's how they're looking at it. It's just a completely different mindset.
Well, that's
how
my
to
point.
play.
That's
And
my
I
point.
say, my point is, let's be all inclusive and accept the way everybody likes to play the game.
I don't have
No,
an
fuck it.
issue
My
with
way is the only way. Get
I
outta
don't
here.
have an issue with people playing that way at all. But I'm saying like when I take
it's just not something that you do.
yes, that's all I'm saying. And when I take
Yeah.
things into consideration class wise, like narratively, like I'm not going to be thinking about how it impacts an unfair run because you can't combine those two methods of thought together. Like you can't be worried about how a class works narratively if you're playing unfair. Like you just can't. There's no you're just too many limitations.
That is extremely true.
Yeah. So I don't have people can play unfair. People can play
Now,
whatever they want. I don't care, but I'm never going to do it.
I will have to mention we've gone for 2 out of our 3 hours, and we have 2 full classes to get through still.
Yeah, that's because I think we spent about half the time talking about things not related to the classes. I guess we just like to talk.
And these two both have one extra archetype over the ones that we've gone to, so we actually have more to get through in this last hour than we've already gone through.
All right, so I guess what you're saying is hurry the hell up.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of gotta
Oracle.
gotta
Here we go. Listen up, everybody. Divine Herbalist. Listen, if you want lore, nature, and potions, and the like oracles lay on hands, whatever thing, then it's fine. But Oracle, you can be so good at healing anyway that I don't think it needs a healing specific archetype. That's my opinion.
I feel like if you want to play a healer, like this is probably the best one in the game. Like if you really want that, like I'm a healer feel, like with the brewing your own potions and role playing that, and the healer's way is like really effective early on. I've not played it through the entire game because we were playing on Last Islanti mode whenever we played our Divine Herbalist, but it was extremely effective in the first 2 chapters until we wiped. It was nice to have. It's definitely not like super powerful. You can always just throw in an extra rest or whatever if you need to heal, but it is pretty nice. And if you want to like role play a healer, I would say go with this. But yeah, there's not a super like a ton of power here or anything that makes it like way better than any other class.
I think it's good. I just think like a regular Oracle can also be like a really effective healer, so it just doesn't make too much of a difference. But
one thing that we probably should mention is that this will like with lay on hands, because that's basically going to be the comparison point, right? Versus this was it Healer's Way.
It does also get
with
like
lay on hands, you have to choose what types of conditions that lay on hands can potentially heal. right? Whereas this, unless I'm reading it incorrectly, will just heal any of these. There's just a chance that it will fail.
Yeah, it's a DC rather than a foolproof
A guarantee.
selection.
Yeah. But it's more like flexible, I guess.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
you're
if
talking
you're,
about
It's just all of them.
if you're a healer
just all-
oracle, you should really only have charisma anyway. So just boost that DC up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
I can
so-
I can see it being really effective for sure.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just-
it is.
It's something that I missed when I was reading through it this morning, and I just wanted to point it out because it is something that could be easily missed.
And 7th level's not too late to get those either. Like,
No, like
You know
being
what
able to
is-
just remove anything basically with a DC check.
You know what's hella annoying about this? Because I hadn't even given this part of it much consideration, the master healing technique thing here, because in my playthrough I didn't really get much farther past this. Anyways, it has everything except for freaking curses, which is the one thing I wanted to have. So that's a little bit annoying. 'Cause I was
get
thinking,
cursed?
oh, this could be used to remove that Belful polymorph effect that I always get at the end of Act 4 from Baphomet. But nope, it didn't work on curses, so never mind. It's like because DC 35
Oh,
is way
yeah.
lower than the DC of his Belful polymorph, but it doesn't include curse. So anyway, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a
Um,
good point.
yeah, it's easy. Just kill him before he touches you.
Yeah, easy. Just don't
yeah,
do the thing.
super,
Just don't
super
allow
easy
him to do
because
the thing. Just
Yeah.
trip him with your mastodon. Done.
I'll be sure to do that next time.
Yeah, just
all right.
just
All right,
do
so
that. Just
Divine
guarantee your
Herbalist,
mastodon's
then
rolls.
great for role playing, and if you want a straight up healer, then sure, but not a whole lot of like real like extreme power. So yeah.
Enlightened
All right.
philosopher. This better
This one pisses me off.
skill. Honestly, it potentially can be a better skill monkey than a bard if you build it right.
The one problem is it's limited class skills.
Yeah, but there's ways around it.
I'd like to hear how it can be a better skill monkey than a bard. Maybe it shouldn't piss me off. Maybe there's.
I mean, I
something
guess
I'll
knowledge monkey
realize
is
about it.
more accurate.
I was gonna say this mental
you have-
acuity thing really pisses me off.
You have all of the knowledge skills, and you can stack charisma and start a little bit of intelligence, and then have really good intelligence by the end of it as well. And then I'd say the main downside is that you only get ancestor mystery. You can't choose.
Oh,
your
really? I
mystery.
missed that.
It doesn't show it, but when you click any of these mysteries, they all only have the spell list from an ancestor. The spell list is only from ancestor.
That's funny.
No matter which one you click on, so it's just ancestor. Unless that's like a bug that they fixed when I played it, but last time I played it, that's how it was.
You're talking about the mysteries?
You get all mysteries, but all spells besides level 1 are ancestral. Okay. Sure, but the ancestor spell list
Weird.
is like the worst one in my opinion. But whatever.
Yeah, what? When did they change that? Because I did a build video on this thing. Of course, it was in beta, so they definitely could have changed it. But with the flame mystery, and we definitely got the flame spells in the build.
Not with
Like-
Enlightened Philosopher.
Um,
If you
Okay.
build
all right, we don't have enough time to go into that. But okay.
So potentially could be limited to ancestor mystery.
Yeah, if you look at this, I'm on the mysteries right now, and the first spell is different, but all the rest are like Owl's Wisdom, Remove Blindness, Confusion, True Seeing, yada yada yada. They all, yeah. Also, you forget that like each mystery has skills that they add to their class list, so you can make up a pretty good bit of difference. You won't get all of the skills like Bard would, but you can get a few. But yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Get
gonna
skill
say
focused knowledge world, so that's fun.
this mostly just pisses me off because the mental acuity should just like increase your intelligence so that you actually get skill points from it, and then I feel like it would be worth it. But it doesn't do that. So just having a really good knowledge world and knowledge arcana like check is, I don't know, just sucks. And
I mean, I guess that does
it
fit
pissed me
in
off
with
because
how
I thought it
inherent
would work
bonuses.
that way and it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
that
saying
does-
for it to be good though, like that's how, or worth it. I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah, but that does fit in with how inherent bonuses work otherwise in this game. Like
No,
whenever you
yeah,
use one of the
yeah.
books, so it does make sense that it doesn't give you the extra.
I get
Skill
that.
points.
But
Yeah. All
whenever I first
It-
started out,
it
I
does-
felt like
it does suck
would,
that
and
it
then
doesn't.
didn't.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying, my trickster was an enlightened philosopher, and all 4 of my knowledge and lore skills were above 50 before I like went into the abyss. So
That's a trickster though.
trickster doesn't have like
Trickster's-
innate knowledge bonuses that I recall.
Does
They
it
have
not?
innate
I
skill
don't
bonuses.
remember.
They have innate skill bonuses. They get +3 to all skills, like as one of their. Actually, that's
If you
one
choose
of the.
the first, it's like if you choose those beginning abilities, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it
that's
is.
not trickster. That's not
Yeah.
trickster specific though.
It's trickster themed. It's trickster inspired.
Yeah, but I mean like
Final revelation though. You get a level 2 paladin ability at level 20. Congratulations.
What?
You get the
Did they
bonus
change
to
Final
saving
Revelation?
throws on charisma.
yep. Immune
You
to
get literally it's
confusion.
literally
No,
a level
there's-
2 paladin ability at level 20.
No, look. Once per day, should you die, 1 round after you die, you're
that's
reborn
really
as a
good.
living
Yeah.
example. Like
I
yeah,
know, I'm
like
just
that.
talking
That's the
shit.
part. That's why I
That
wanted to-
part's really good, yes.
That's
that
the
part's
part
really
why
good.
I wanted to build an enlightened philosopher, and then it all went to hell whenever the mental acuity wasn't working right, and then you don't get to level 20 until you're already at the end of the game anyways, and it's just like, okay, this sucks.
Being able to take 20 on all knowledge skill checks. I don't know how useful that is in the main game.
It's not
been a long
useful
time
by
since I
that
played it.
point because
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel
Yeah.
like that's probably not useful.
your knowledge is
that
already
much.
gonna be fucking stacked anyway.
Yeah. And you are immune to a lot of different conditions: confusion, exhaustion, fatigue, nausea, and sickened. But also, it's fucking level 20. You're gonna have ways to deal with that stuff regardless.
I loved playing Enlightened Philosopher personally. I loved having high charisma and high intelligence and a reason to use both of them. So
I mean, that's fair. I'm just speaking about this ability specifically. I feel
No,
like
yeah.
the only part of this that's like super good is the last bit, which is very, very good. Just a get out of death free card is really nice. But like it's like, oh hey, you hit level 20, here's a level 2 paladin ability.
No,
Yeah.
I
And,
feel like
and some
it's-
other things that paladins are also immune to at much lower levels.
I feel like it's got a lot of flavor and definitely awesome from a role-playing perspective. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because I went in expecting things to work one way and they worked another. But yeah, I
you
don't
got
like
that.
it very much. I would say that about everything else is better in some way at something, and your knowledge and lore skills, it's just so easy to get those so high with so many other party members that I feel like having them on your main character just isn't super effective to have. And yeah, that's how I feel about Enlightened Philosopher. We didn't even, oh yeah, we did. Never mind. I was gonna say we didn't rank the Druid archetypes, but we did. So never mind.
Yeah, we might not have been like this one, but we kind of like
Yeah.
mentioned
we
them
did.
as we
We
went
did.
through.
all right, Lone Strider.
Lone Strider.
It's cool.
You get a bonus to your movement speed.
You know,
Yeah.
You get a pretty hefty bonus to AC versus the first attack of opportunity per round.
10th level you
And,
get a teleport as a move action,
Yeah, you get a DD for free, basically.
and then at 7th level you get 1 round as a free action blur. If there's no one near you.
It is. You can use it a number of times per day equal to your Oracle level.
Yeah.
So
At
yeah,
14.
20% at level 7, 50% at level 14.
No, this Oracle is just really good at getting out of situations where they're like surrounded by people. That's kind of
Yeah.
the idea.
Yeah, very mobile, very hard to pin down.
You do have here's the trade-off. You have less mysteries to choose from.
Ancestor life, nature, waves, stone.
But most of these are some of the good ones anyway. So
All right, can I just say garbage, or does somebody think that's not true here?
I wouldn't say complete garbage. I mean, you're only giving up 2 revelations to do it.
Yeah, well, what are you really getting in return?
Well, I mean,
Dimension
when I build out Darren, I can't even pick 5 revelations that are good for him anyway. So
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to wait. Like, you're only getting 1 revelation before level 11. So it's not just how many you're getting, but
Yeah,
like, how fast
it's
you're
when
getting
you're
them.
getting them. I can understand that. Yeah, you're vastly delaying when you get your revelations.
So if there's 3 good ones that you want, well, you're not going to have all 3 of those until level 15. Or if there's 2, you won't have both of those till level 11. I don't know. I just
And I do kind of agree. I can see both points of view because you are very mobile. You do get but like the dimension door, you also don't get it until level 10.
Huh?
This one is very, very like this one is like, okay, if you're like, all right, I tend to get my back line attacked a lot.
yeah,
I will choose this oracle.
yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with choosing
which-
it. I wouldn't call it garbage.
But like, if you protect your back line better, this
But
one is basically
If you come
redundant.
up with all of these exceptions, you can do that for almost every archetype then.
No, what I'm saying is like this one is basically you take this if you're bad at positioning your party. And you have to panic and reposition your casters quickly. And even then it's only this guy.
Or maybe you
You can't take other people.
just having some extra like mobility is like more fun play style or whatever. I mean,
But like the super fun mobility thing, you don't get until level 10. You don't get the teleport until halfway through the game. You basically at level 1, you're faster by 10 feet, which means that this guy's going to run faster and get into combat. So he's going to be, you know, if you're not careful, you'll run him into enemies before you run anybody else into them.
All right, I'll get not garbage. I'll say very not good.
I would say incredibly niche. I personally don't really see a party that I would want this character.
I don't see it as good or bad. I just think it's a thing that you choose if you want it or not. Like, I don't think it's necessarily better or worse. It just depends on like if you want the ability.
The delay on revelations really hurts it, though. I think.
Yeah, I think it does too. And I mean,
It
I
takes-
don't know how you.
It takes a long time for this character to get up and running, I think.
That's relying a lot on the revelations, though.
Well, like not necessarily, because like even the things that you get in return for losing those, you get a massive bonus to AC against the first attack of opportunity at level 5. But like I said, you don't get the teleport until level 10, which is 1 level before you get your second revelation. So you're not really getting a whole lot from this class in the first 10 levels. You do get the concealment. And that is a free action, so that's nice. But like I said,
I mean,
this guy
You
seems
should-
to be very reactionary to my healer or my oracle gets attacked a lot when I don't want him to. That's how I see this particular archetype.
Sure. I mean,
It's very confusing.
the times that I've played Oracle, I haven't found more than like 1 or 2 revelations to be useful for any given Oracle character. So,
but how
I-
useful is what he's getting here? Like, really, like, how useful is what he's actually getting. Like,
But that's not what
I
I'm.
don't know.
That's why I'm saying. Like, it's not. I'm not calling it bad or good. I'm calling it. Do you want these instead of the revelations? Then choose it. If you'd rather have the revelations, then don't. It's just a preference choice.
Okay,
That's
but
all
we
I'm
could say
saying.
that about anything like Angel Fire Apostle, which you were
I
calling garbage.
will
like we could
say, in
if
my
you want the extra
opinion,
spell slots, choose it. But if you don't want the extra spell slots, then don't choose it.
I would say that this one is worse because of how slow it is to get.
I would
get
say it's
anything.
Probably.
Because like if you're going for a healer, you get like your first revelation at level 3 is channel energy, right? You would have to take channel energy if you're going to make this guy into a healer. If you're not, then you have other options. But like there are, there's definitely more than 2 revelations that I would like. And the fact that you don't get your second one until level 11, that's really late. To get like a core aspect of your class.
Yeah, Igor says it. He says, yeah, like most mysteries besides like maybe nature and battle have at most 2 revelations that are like decent or good to choose. Like Darren, I choose those first. Like he already has the
He already has channel.
and then I choose. There's like one other one that I always choose, and the rest of them I just go down the list because I don't care about any of them.
Yeah, but then like you could get second mystery as a mythic, and then take second mystery, you could get an animal companion. With a nature mystery, or get the Nature's Whispers revelation, right?
I guess so. I can
Like
see that too.
it does limit how quickly you can get the kind of strength that you would like to have on a character. Like 'cause the final revelations, if you're out of options, then you're out of options, but you still have the stuff that you want at that point. With this one, you can't get the stuff that you want until much later. Even if there's only 2 good options, you're not getting that second option until like when you usually hit level 11 in this game. Like it's after Dresden. Like, would you really want to go all the way through Dresden and then even later without even getting a second revelation in your character?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I consider this to be like a little bit worse than Angel Fire Apostle, sure, but I'm not gonna say this is as bad as like True Defender of the True World or Face Speaker. Those are literally worthless. Like, there's no reason to ever want to do either of those 2 things instead of being a druid. But for this one, I can see a situation like Angel Fire Apostle where you would want to maybe just choose it instead of dealing with whatever. I'm just saying it's not like as garbage as like some of the ones we've thrown away.
I can agree with that sentiment. I just thought if we're putting it in like the same tier as Angel Fire Apostle, I'm good with that.
I would
It's
agree.
just
I would say it's worse than
I
Angel
recalled
Fire.
that being put in the garbage.
I would
tier,
say it's
so
worse than Angel
that's what I was
Fire.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. We're in agreement here. After
All right, it's bad. The
Yeah.
amount of bad is debatable, but it is bad.
It's bad.
yeah,
But if you like it, then it's good.
BAD.
All right, Possessed Oracle, Darren, basically.
Yeah. Darren, basically.
Well, what he
Who
should have been, but they didn't.
Who doesn't love Darren?
I don't like him
Besides me.
personally.
Down bad for
He's
Darren.
very
Yeah,
good.
I hate him.
Hashtag down bad for Darren.
I don't like him personally, but he's very good.
I mean,
He's definitely better than Socio if you're taking one of the 2.
so Possessed
mechanically.
Oracle, it's Powerless Prophecy, which in my opinion is the best prophecy. And then you trade 1 revelation for bonuses to mind affecting effects.
Like Powerless Prophecy, really?
Yeah, it's a bonus to initiative. Hello.
Yeah, but you gotta like skip your first turn, don't you?
You're just
I don't know,
staggered.
since I looked
No,
at
you're
it.
staggered for your first
Yeah.
turn, so you either move or you cast.
Getting
And
plus
usually-
4 to initiative, and then improved uncanny dodge, and then plus 4 bonus to saving throws and to your AC the first round of combat. Like, that's... Some of the prophecies suck. Like, that's a pretty good prophecy.
Also,
Yeah,
there are
that's
ways to get around
actually-
that staggered.
That's
just
actually not
freedom of
not
movement
too
and you're
bad. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking that you lost your entire first turn.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, that's
the
what I
question
had it as
here
in my mind.
is, do you think that a revelation is worth giving up for mind affecting effects? I would probably say no. a +2 and then eventually +4 saving throw to mind affecting effects, I don't think it's worth giving up a revelation for.
Agreed.
But that's just my opinion. Literally, this
Agreed.
does nothing else besides that.
Yeah, that is. It limits your.
Well, I mean,
curse.
if you want a different powerless prophecy, or
Yeah, if you want a different curse, then obviously you can't
besides
take this.
powerless prophecy, like there's also that. But I do agree that powerless prophecy is better than I was thinking of it in my mind. For some reason,
I
thought
just
you were
think,
losing
like,
the first
besides roleplay wise for your own personal narrative, what's the point in choosing this archetype at all? Like, it's not even that different. The's not really a big change.
Yeah,
besides-
there's
No,
not much
yeah,
at all.
That's crazy to me. Why
I
it was
agree with
even
that.
implemented at all is insane.
Oh, maybe it was implemented just for Darren's
Just for
story.
Darren.
They thought it was really cool.
But
and
Darren's not
so
a-
They wanted.
Darren's just an oracle, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's a possessed oracle.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He better be. I
You
don't know.
get
To
him at
be
level
honest,
3,
I don't
that's
think
why he's
so.
got his first
he
revelation.
damn well better be.
I didn't think he wasn't. Igor said
Because-
that he wasn't.
Then if he's not, then he has no
Give me a
reason.
second.
I
Yeah,
thought
this really
Igor was
doesn't
saying
make
they
any
didn't
sense.
do it to avoid spoilers that he was possessed.
Guess that would make sense.
Yeah, Darren's base
We
oracle.
will see. We will see.
Pretty sure.
Is he?
He does have the powerless prophecy.
Pretty
though.
sure.
I could have sworn he was base.
Loading in. It's taking forever.
All right, so I'd say basically then, I mean, as long as you don't need a revelation for your build early on, like, and you do want to use powerless prophecy, then this is probably better than like the base oracle. But if you do need a revelation early on for whatever build you're going for, or you don't want to use powerless prophecy, then don't use this. Otherwise,
Oh,
it's pretty
Darren
much
totally can't
the
be
same.
this because if you think about it, well, actually, I don't know. He could because we get Darren at
Yeah, because you get him at level 3.
yeah, so he could still have.
No,
that
he
ability.
is just base oracle. He is just base oracle.
There
Alright.
you go. Darren is based, confirmed. Yeah, he's not a
Okay, so
possessed
he
oracle.
is not. He is not possessed.
He is
Except
a
he
possessed
is.
oracle, just he's a possessed
he's
oracle,
possessed,
oracle,
but
not
he's
a
not. Don't
possessed
worry about it.
possessed oracle.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah, stupid. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's real weird.
Oracle Purifier. Sacred Scourge, channel holy power to harm evil outsiders, which is a huge portion of the enemies of this game.
Yeah, but you lose your healing spells, I believe.
You're also a heavy armor. No, you just lose the
You lose the additional spells. In addition to the spells gained by oracles as they gain levels, each oracle also adds either the cure or inflict spells to their list of spells known. That is something that you lose. So I don't know if they're on their normal spell list and you could just choose them
I'm pretty sure they are.
regardless. But that is, that's free spells.
I
that
think
you're
it's
losing.
isn't it just losing the ability to like No, that's weird. That is weird because they're on like a divine caster spell list. That's bizarre.
Also, you lose 3 revelations in a row. So you get one at level 1, and then the next one you get is fucking level 15.
Because
That's
the-
really
The
late.
point of this one is to use your holy power and your celestial armor to fight, not to use the revelation abilities.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's a heavy armor, more combative oracle, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you could build this as I mean, obviously it's meant to be a melee fighter.
I think there's definitely a way to build it and have it be effective compared to like
it's
Possessed
just
or Lone Strider.
the armor training. You get heavy armor, you get armor training, you get the Sacred Scourge, which also that doesn't require you to be close to the person. It's it's the same range as a
Sin
normal
Eater
channel
requires
energy.
touch.
Yeah, but that's also this is more of a healing effect, isn't it? Like you're removing a curse or emotion effect. Very rarely do the enemies buff themselves. Also an enchantment, which also is usually a negative. So like this would be, you know, somebody gets hit with, you know, Baleful Polymorph, you can eat that Baleful Polymorph, and then you're sickened for 1d4.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's as effective as like a regular Oracle, but I'm gonna say that there is a way to build it to where it's not as useless as a lone Strider or Possessed Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, if yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
It's just...
But right now, like, besides Divine Herbalist being a healer and Enlightened Philosopher, in my opinion, being fun, Oracle is still the best.
Yeah, the base class is coming out on top thus far.
Oracle's just so good, dude. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to...
All right.
It's hard to...
So Purifier, if you want to be a little bit more melee focused.
Yeah.
Like this, just because of the armor training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, armor training is good. Like, but...
Yeah. Armor
Alright.
training is pretty good.
Losing that many revelations hurts a lot.
Next one is Seeker. If you're gonna be...
I actually have a Seeker in my current...
Isn't Seeker's elf only, right?
I believe so.
So if you want to be an elf and you want to be an Oracle, I
Oh.
think Seeker's better than base Oracle, in my opinion.
No, Seeker is
don't
not
think it's
necessarily elf.
only. Yeah, it's not elf only.
I thought there
Yeah.
was...
No,
I'm
you
an
can
ASMR
literally
right
hit
now,
next
and I
and
haven't
it'll
selected
show
it,
you
so-
that you can choose any race.
Yeah.
Which one? Well, there's 7 archetypes here, which means one of them is race only then.
What?
I thought each class only had...
No, I don't.
Oh, they
I
all
don't
have
think-
7 archetypes.
No,
They don't.
Druid
all
and
have
Cleric
7.
both have 6.
Then what the fuck is going on?
Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
They all should have had the same number of archetypes, I thought. Oh, Purifier
maybe
is
they-
Aasimar only. That's why.
Oh.
Thank you,
okay, there it is.
Igor. Thank you. Well, there you go. Even more
It changed
reason.
because I'm on the base portrait, which defaults to Aasimar.
There you go. Me too.
Okay,
Great.
so Oracle Seeker, you lose your level 3 and your level 15 revelation to get trap finding, which gives you a bonus per half your level in trickery checks. And you also get 3
bonus spell feats.
caster bonus feats.
I like it.
Caster
If
specific.
you're gonna be a casting
I-
Oracle, hell yes, this is the way
Yes,
to go.
this is really
Keep it all
good.
the way.
I also, if you really need a healer for Midnight Isles and you don't have a trickery person yet to unlock chests,
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
trickery-
literally why I chose this,
There's
because
more-
I
Yeah.
needed a trickery person, and I had run into a trap, a fireball trap, and like half my party was at like 1 health
So there's
by
more
the end of the
versatility.
very first island, and I was like, okay, I need a healer. I'm hurting real bad.
I agree with you. That's why we used the Seeker in one of our playthroughs there, because we needed one early on, and
Yeah.
you know, it gives you a healer. It gives you somebody that if they have to, they can tank a hit or something because their AC isn't that bad. You know, starting out in the early
Yeah,
levels.
because you want to get
And
your
it gives you
dex up as
somebody
well.
that can pick locks and trap find, and yeah, it really good class for Treasure of the Midnight Isles for sure,
Yep.
especially early on.
Yeah.
And even if you, so I have a vivisectionist as well in my party that was my trickery person for most of it after that, and my oracle just passed him in trickery checks because of the level bonuses, despite me not at all focusing on dex for this character,
And I would
and very
say,
much focusing entirely on dex on that
yeah.
vivisectionist.
And one of the revelations you lose is all the way level 15. So
Yeah, so you're not losing a bunch of early ones, which vastly delays your ability to
yeah,
build. the
very
oracle.
good, very good archetype here.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
All
The
right.
first one that I would say is objectively better than the base.
Next one is Wind Whisperer. I'm just gonna say this: if you want to do the Wind Mystery, I think Wind Whisperer is better than base Oracle. You give up.
In that specific circumstance, I could see that.
Like
I can agree with
you
that.
give up a couple of revelations, but it's level 7 and level 15, so you still get your level 1 and 3 early on. and then you're just
And you
gaining...
get things immediately. Like it's an immediate swap with another ability. It's not like
Yeah, exactly.
it's the other ability is also delayed super late or anything like
So,
that.
I mean, do I recommend being a Wind Mystery Oracle? No. But if you want to, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Now to be like a bit of a devil's advocate against this one, the duration of the abilities that you get in return for those revelations is rounds equal to your charisma modifier.
True.
So even freedom of movement, you only get for rounds equal to your charisma modifier.
But if you think about it, like haste is something like you'll never get as an oracle regardless. So
Yeah.
the option is like not having it or having it for rounds.
I mean, not necessarily, because like even if you don't have another character in your party that can learn haste for whatever reason, you can buy scrolls wherever.
Yeah,
whatever
I know.
version of the game, you can buy a scroll of haste.
It's
and
just
as
a
long as you
different
have somebody
allocation
with
of
UMD.
resources,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. It's a little bit weird,
But it's like,
but I could see AoE freedom of movement coming in clutch. Like, say for whatever reason you're an idiot and you sell all of your remove paralysis potions, and then you get hit by a mass icy prison, and oops, a whole lot of people in your party are fucked. You could just hit freedom of the wind if you're level 15, obviously, and
you're not
there
currently
you go.
paralyzed.
Yeah, and this character is somehow the one person that's not paralyzed.
I'll agree if for some reason you want to take the wind mystery there, then sure, the Wind Whisperer better than the base Oracle.
Yeah.
Although probably still not better than Seeker, even if you want to take the wind mystery. But yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to look at the revelations for wind, and honestly, like, they're really,
I was
there's
trying-
only
I was
like
looking through those two.
like
Yeah.
air barrier and vortex spells are the only two that I would really ever like take. Air barrier
Yeah.
for sure is pretty good, and then
Also,
vortex
I didn't
spells,
realize
that's it.
just how good Friend to Animals was. Just talking about revelations for a minute. Friend to Animals is so much better than I thought it was. I thought it was just you get the summon Nature's Ally spells. It also gives your charisma to saves to all animal companions in your party.
Yep.
It's so good. Because animal companions, like, their will saves tend to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
So being able
Yep.
to get those up so that they don't get confused and eat your party or something is pretty damn good.
So yeah,
Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed.
I'm gonna tell you, like, if you want to be a combative oracle, battle is better. I also like stone.
Oh,
and,
I didn't actually know that.
like, nature, stone, and waves are also better mysteries in wind, because like icy armor and some of like the more defensive abilities that stone and waves have are really, really good compared to the wind ones. But nature is definitely one of the strongest.
Okay, Igor
Yeah,
also just pointed out
incredibly
that
good.
the level 20 nature mystery also allows you to be treated as a animal. So you would also get that bonus.
Like animal growth, then?
I would assume that you
Could
would also
someone
be able to
cast
use
that
animal
on
growth.
you?
I would assume so. If you're considered an animal at that point,
That
then
would so what?
I mean, like if you're using a caster oracle, that doesn't matter that much. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a melee
It would
oracle
be
for some
funny as
reason,
hell.
yeah. I mean, fuck it.
I dig that.
You also get the bonuses from the animal bard performance. Interesting. Huh.
That's cool. That's
So, yeah,
a cool combo there.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Wind Whisperer, if you want to be a Wind Oracle, sure. Don't be a Wind Oracle. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
is
kinda
this is
agree.
very, very niche. This is very, very
Yeah,
niche.
still not
but
as bad as Possessed or Lone Strider, though. Give you that.
No,
Give you that.
no. All right, can we get through Shaman in 20 minutes? What do you guys think?
I could.
All
I
right,
know
let's do it
nothing
quick.
about shamans.
I have played through all of these shaman archetypes because I have wanted to build like a really, really good shaman, and some of the like possessed what is it? Unsworn shaman and possessed shaman for a while both like it didn't work the way they were supposed to. And I don't think unsworn, I don't even know if it still doesn't work or not, but I don't think it
Igor, shaman, everything sucks.
so it was
So let me read
bad.
to you the extent of my notes on shaman. Shaman base has a spirit and hexes.
It's pretty insightful there.
Stop. All
Good job.
and notes.
I really
I was literally like falling asleep as I was getting to shaman. this
I
morning.
personally
was not a conscious.
really like shaman. I think you can make some pretty good combat casty characters with the shaman because of their proficiencies.
Mhm.
And there's some good like defensive hexes as well. So base
Well, it's
shaman
pretty dope.
is fine. I don't think it's as powerful as like Oracle or Cleric are in its own right compared to its archetypes.
Fair enough.
Possessed is really cool if you just want more skill flexibility. You get to pick 2 skills that you use wisdom for instead of your other attributes,
Interesting.
which is cool. And then you get crowded vessels, just like a defense against charm or compulsion, whatever. And then you get wandering skills, where once per day you get to choose the skill and then treat it as if you have a number of ranks in it equal to your level, as if you've been putting ranks into it. So you can like just choose a skill to kind of boost like all the way up for the day,
Right.
and you can change
Obviously,
it
it
every day.
can't go over your cap.
Yeah, but you can change it every day. Like that's some skill flexibility that I really enjoy playing with.
That is actually pretty cool. I do like that. I have not seen anything like that thus far in my experience with this game.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like if you know you're gonna go through like a dungeony place and you just want like a good bonus to trickery or something, and you need a trickery person for the day, then like do it, kind of thing.
To note, it does not make them class.
No, it doesn't. You'll miss out on the +3, but like a 3 of a difference when you're putting all of your like ranks and like having the right stats bonuses items to it shouldn't be too bad. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And the only things that you give up Wandering Hex for Wandering Skills, and you give up your first level Hex for
Yep.
the Crowded
That's a
Vessel
pretty
and the other stuff.
decent trade-off, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't like the wandering skills thing very much, but I'll agree that it's not too bad.
I could see, because like this is at level 6, so you're in Dresden at this point. At the like, at least.
You can be
At most,
before
I guess.
Dresden even.
Yeah,
Really?
I think even in the speed run, I was level 6 at Dresden.
I get to level 7 or 8 and I get to Dresden.
Have never gotten past level 6 going to Dresden, and like I've never been level 6 at the start of Dresden. Like I hit level 6 in Dresden if I've done absolutely everything else. We're talking like dozens of playthroughs.
I might be misremembering. Like it's been a while since I played through the normal campaign of this game.
I'm pretty sure
It's
I
been a
go
long
through
time
like
since
the
I've done
end of level 7 to level 9 in Dresden.
Are you talking about chapter 2, the end of chapter 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were talking about the beginning of the end of chapter 1.
No, that's Canobris.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah,
the Grey Garrison.
You're thinking,
I
okay,
got
I was
it
about to
backwards.
say, how are you?
My bad, I got confused. Yeah, Grey Garrison
Okay.
is what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, usually I'm like level 10. Yeah, whenever I finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm
Dresden.
pretty sure I was level 6 when I was going through.
Yeah, I'm like level 9 or
Yeah.
10 at the end of Dresden.
So, like, you know, this is if you're in this is the point where, you know, you've lost Woljif.
That's
So
true.
suddenly, if you're not using Camellia, or if you haven't been building her to be a trickery person, you suddenly don't have somebody to unlock chests.
True.
Like that's been a problem for me in a couple of in my playthroughs.
Yeah.
Was I
And
suddenly didn't have
and-
somebody to unlock shit.
And at the very
I guess-
least, by default, you can always put it into some other passive skill that is just good to have.
Like perception or something.
Yeah. But I wandering.
That's probably where I would have it.
Taking away Wandering Hex to give it though, I think is a way better trade-off. I don't think Wandering Hex is as it's not that great of an ability anymore.
No, I agree. Wandering Hex sucks. I was just saying that I don't like Wandering Skills very much either. I don't know. I like to know what I have and know that everything's taken care of. And I like to kind
Yeah,
of
and when you have a full party and you
Yeah.
get everybody back,
I
then
I
Wandering
feel like
Skills
Wandering
is going to
Skills would be a lot better in the tabletop, or yeah,
And
I
yeah,
feel like it would be
yeah,
there.
for sure.
With shared skill, you can make it to where trickery is also a wisdom-based skill for you. And then
Yeah.
use.
Yeah, there is also that part where you can convert any skill to wisdom.
You can do 2 skills to wisdom. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, there's some nice synergy there.
I'd probably
cool.
choose.
You need to cast a scroll, and you don't have anybody with UMD yet.
Yeah, I think
There you
trickery
go.
and UMD are good. If you really wanted persuasion, you could do trickery and persuasion. You
dude,
could also do both of the knowledges if you
Question:
wanted.
Is Wandering Skills a third wisdom skill?
I would definitely do UMD.
Yes,
or
it
is
does.
this-
It uses wisdom modifier.
Well, no, I'm saying is this a third skill that you get to boost up to your, level in ranks? Because you get the 2 shared. Is this replacing one of those 2, or is this adding a third? That's my question.
Hold on. Once per day.
Because the way
you
that
choose
it's
one
worded, it
skill.
doesn't
I think
say.
it's in addition.
Yeah,
I think it seems to be in addition.
It's in
to,
addition.
not-
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
in addition.
it's a
Yeah.
third one.
So that's really strong.
That's crazy,
feel.
right?
Being able to change 3 specific skills to wisdom.
And also give him full ranks.
Yeah. This one could be a very good skill monkey character potentially.
Yeah.
Yes, you lose out on the class skills. You don't get that +3. That is true. But this one could fill in the gaps of skills, especially early on. Could fill in gaps in your party. You wouldn't need to take one of the trickery people in your party if you didn't want to for some reason. This would make it so that you could be that without having to be a rogue or another high trickery or high dex character. I could see this being pretty versatile and pretty decent, honestly.
Yeah. I like it just over base shaman. Flat out.
I would definitely take this over base shaman.
Yeah. 100%.
For sure.
Don't know if I would take it over base shaman all the time, but yeah, if I needed a skill monkey type character that could also hex, then I would say yes. Yeah, but I mean it's definitely not bad at all, and I can see it definitely can be very useful with some party builds. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Also, Unsung, you said that you could get us through in 20 minutes. We've gone through the first of the archetypes.
I could have if I was doing it and you guys weren't chiming in. That's what. I could give the full
so we just
rundown.
gotta shut the fuck up, I guess.
My video on shamans is literally around 20 minutes. I could do this whole thing, but you guys wouldn't get to talk.
Yeah. Well, Shadow Shaman.
It's shaman
Sneak
with
attack.
sneak attack.
You get stealth as a class skill. You get to give yourself blur for 1 minute. Number of times equal to your charisma mod.
And then you get displacement, and then you get greater invisibility on top of displacement.
Yep.
And the displacement lasts a minute. It's not.
To be fair, at 9th level, that's actually a nerf because you would actually have 90 seconds.
Yeah,
or
but I
no.
guess like you don't get displacement as a shaman.
No, I'm sorry. You would have 54 seconds at 9th level. You would have 60 at 10th. So once you get past 10th level, you would actually have a lower duration displacement. But,
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, this is you're doing less stuff with spirits and hexes and more sneaking around and stabbing people. Like if you wanted to be a rogue with a full shaman spell list, without as many rogue abilities instead, then that's what this is.
This is also not full sneak attack.
No, it's not.
It is a slower sneak attack progression, but there are ways to mitigate that.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
the
still
accomplished sneak attacker, yada yada.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
that
if you want all the spells, all the buffs, and you want to get in some extra damage, like I feel like this is good if you plan on just using the hexes, maybe for like boss battles or emergency situations, but not all the time, and then you get the extra damage, like against most enemies just from doing full round attacks and whatnot. I really like it. I know that
I would say
Kristen
this is
and
a
some of
really
the other
good
guys
archetype.
here really like it. Yeah, I think it's really good. Definitely one of the better.
You're only missing out on one hex and the wandering stuff, the wandering
Which I
spirit
don't
and the
like
two wandering
anyways.
hexes. Yeah, like I can pass on those and be perfectly fine. I actually really like this archetype.
I enjoy it.
Agreed.
I would
Next
probably
one,
take this as my default. Unless I was going for something specific, I would
know
probably
that
go
there's
Shadow Shaman.
several people in the chat that agree with you over here. Condor.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Next one is Spirit Hunter.
You lose your familiar,
You get an object bond, which honestly,
and you get the Magus ability.
yeah, you get spirit weapon
Magus
enhancement
weapon
instead
enchantment.
of wandering stuff. So, if you really want to be good with the weapon instead of dealing with wandering spirit stuff, then you choose this.
I feel it. I don't know if I would prefer this or the. I feel like I would prefer the sneak attack.
Yeah,
I would too.
yeah, I agree.
I didn't really ever
I
like
don't like this that much.
I don't like the weapon enhancement ability from Magus anyway, so
I mean,
Yeah,
it can be
neither
really,
do
really
I.
good. It can be really, really good. But
Oh, they do get object bond though. Like,
I mean, I guess you can
Oh,
add
there
key
you
to
go.
your weapon. So
yeah.
I mean,
No,
you're adding enhancement bonuses, and then you can trade those in for pretty good. Like it just allows you to enchant your weapon however you want.
yeah,
it's not
pretty good.
bad. I
Pretty
personally
good.
don't enjoy it that much.
I mean,
and
Camellia
I
is
feel
a
like
spirit hunter.
I would definitely prefer I would definitely prefer the sneak attack damage.
I've never gotten Camellia to a high enough level to care.
Yeah, but I mean, she uses a rapier, so adding Keen on top of that's pretty nice.
Yeah, she's usually dead by the time I could get Keen though.
Yeah, well, you're the one who killed her, so that's a choice.
Damn right it is. It's
Okay.
the correct choice.
Next one is Spirit Warden. This one you get Restless Magic, which is like,
I don't like any of those spells.
yeah, this is like a kill undead archetype, which in my video said was a throwaway class because you don't need to kill undead and be good at it in this game at all. So it doesn't matter. We don't care about
Plus 2 on
killing undead.
intimidate.
We don't care
Yeah,
about
there's
killing undead.
There's not a whole
Damage
lot of
undead,
them,
channel
and
positive instead of
none
your
of them are
first
that
text.
difficult anyway.
This is
to
the
defeat.
in
Plus
my
4 saves.
Shaman video I said throw away this archetype, we don't need it. And I
Yeah,
still
this is
agree.
bad. This is bad. I do not like this one. You lose 2 hexes to gain a +4 bonus against death effects, which, I mean, yes, it stacks with Death Ward, but meh. I feel like that's unnecessary.
Yes, and we
at
get
level 10. At level 10, you're gonna have ways to get rid of negative levels and drain
Yeah.
anyway with restoration. So fuck it. And also you'll just have Death Ward as well. And then channel positive energy damage on dead. Are you not gonna have one of the 2 channel energy people in your party anyway?
one of my other issues is that
Yeah,
a lot of the spells on the Restless Magic spell list are already on the Shaman's fucking spell list.
Oh, are they really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
oh well, that's nice. All right, so
You get a
Spirit
bonus to
Warden,
intimidate checks though
definitely
if you want to
lame.
make her your intimidator.
Wow. Like seriously,
good.
like Sunburst, Foresight, those are already on there. Life Blast is already on there. Stupid.
All right, so Spirit Warden, garbage. Yes, that
Yes,
was garbage.
garbage.
Yeah.
All right, garbage pile, and we actually agreed on it this time. Maybe the
It's
first time.
bad.
Hey, we agreed on all of the Druid ones. The next one,
Yeah, that's true.
Unsworn Shaman. Let me tell you,
You get a shitty
this
spirit.
archetype doesn't fucking work. You're supposed to be able to choose all these different spirits as you get them, and every time I have played a character with this class, it only lets me do one of my minor spirits. It won't let me choose from all of them. So I don't know if I'm reading it wrong or doing it wrong, but it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Igor says I think now it works. I would hope so, because if it does, it's actually really cool. But
Oh, never mind.
because it's basically like, instead of getting the hexes, you basically just focus on using hexes that you would normally get from spirits, and you can just choose from those and have multiple of them in a day as you gain your unsworn spirits. So it's more of the spirit-related hexes than the regular hexes, which generally I think are, a lot of them are better. There are some hexes you would miss out on, but a lot of them, like spirit ones, are better. Anyway.
But you don't get the better hexes. You never get access to the better hexes.
I mean, that's true. You also don't get Ice Plant, which you should always take Ice Plant. But I like it. I like the flexibility. I know Lord Spider's not into that. He wants to like set in stone.
No, I don't know. I'd have to go through all the spirit hexes and see which ones are like really good or really crappy
cool
or whatever.
ones, for sure.
I'm not sure. Like I'm looking here, and it does kind of suck to miss out on Ice Plant. Do you miss out on the I don't know, the others like Slumber? Is that a spirit hex?
I'm pretty sure the only
I
hexes
don't
your
know.
spirits can choose from are from like the spirit hex. I don't think Slumber's a spirit hex.
And neither is the damn, I can't remember the name of it now.
Literally
okay.
The people in my chat right now, Ponder, are saying, but like, which greater hexes are you even wanting to use anyway?
Well, that was
Here's
my
the
thought.
thing.
Most of the greater
I don't
hexes
fucking
aren't
know.
that
I don't
good
know any of
anyways.
these hexes. I don't know what they are.
Because
pretty
usually,
bad.
like the greater
Alright.
hexes are just like the base hex or the regular hex, and then they add like a minor effect to it or something.
Oh, is that
and
what that does?
really, the only reason you're using the hex is for the base effect, anyways. That's why I was asking, like, which hexes do you actually get access to?
Gotcha.
So you just get
which-
access to all of the spirit ones, basically. That's it.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of
which-
them.
I wasn't saying, oh man, this is bad because you don't get your major or grand hexes. I was just saying, hey, here's a note. You do not get access to those at all in this.
Yes.
I was not saying that was good or bad because, like I said, I fell asleep before I got to the Shaman, so I don't know shit about hexes. I never paid attention to the hexes that I was taking with like Ember when I was speedrunning this game, because they were basically not something that I cared about. I never used them.
So it says here, Unsworn Shaman forms temporary bond with a minor spirit each day, granting her access to a shaman or witch hex of her choosing, but not a major hex or grand hex. Until she changes the minor spirit, she continues to have access to the shaman or witch hex. At second level, she can instead select a hex from one of her wandering spirits selected for the day. And then she keeps like gaining more like hexes at a time.
Yeah, she gets up to 6 different
This
spirits.
description in no way indicates whether those are spirit only hexes or not, but that's my assumption from my experience playing in this class. I'm pretty sure I only chose from spirit oriented hexes, not default hexes. I'm pretty sure.
I can't say for sure what it would be.
If it if it gives you spirit only hexes, then yeah, I kind of don't like it because I feel like you're going to be missing out on too many of the really good ones. If it still gives you access to the default hexes, and the only thing it's locking you out of is like the grand hexes or whatever, like those, then yeah, this is way better than the base because those are mostly garbage anyways. And it gives you a lot more versatility. So I guess we would have to maybe play it to find out, which we don't have time to do right now. So maybe an update on that one later.
Yeah, I'll check it out, Igor,
that's how I
and
feel
see
about
if
it.
it's actually true or not. But I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Yeah, I like the flexibility of it, but yeah.
We got another.
Okay.
The next one up is a
Half-orc.
Wildland Shaman.
race specific.
Yeah.
Half
Yes.
orcs only.
Half-orc only.
You're a battle
And-
shaman with an animal companion.
This is definitely the best shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, animal companion, obviously best shaman.
Yeah, I mean, you don't lose any of your hexes, and you get a freaking animal companion. Like, an animal companion's got to be worth 3 or 4 hexes, and you don't lose any of them.
Yeah.
Never mind.
if
You
not
lose your
more.
familiar. Fuck it. I'd rather.
Yeah, who cares about the goddamn spirit? Excuse my language.
How
But I
dare
definitely
you
don't.
fucking say something like that? Oh my
And
god.
being
I
a
can't believe you
battle
would do that.
and being a battle shaman means that you get battle master, which gets you weapon specialization, greater weapon focus, as well. Fighter feats.
Ooh.
There you go. Yep. Also very nice. But yeah, to me, this is definitely the best shaman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, between Shadow Shaman and Wildland Shaman, I was going to say that Shadow Shaman was going to be my default. Now I'm not so sure.
I think
I
it's
definitely
cool.
think that I would go with Wildland.
I don't
Shaman.
like playing as a half orc, but if you do, then I think it's the default to go to.
Oh, really? I like half-orc a lot.
I don't like strength-based characters. Period. It doesn't represent me in real life, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Ooh.
The whole point of playing a game
Look-
is to be somebody different.
No, I want to be myself in the context of the fantasy world.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. I get to live
How
out
dare
things.
you have a
I
play
get to make
style.
choices that I would normally do, but yeah.
I like playing different class. Like, I definitely enjoy playing different classes. I did not realize that this shaman existed. I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't have big muscles, so I don't play characters with big muscles. I'm a twig.
All right. Well, then we have Witch Doctor.
That's why I play as Terry. He is good at everything, therefore I can be whatever I want.
I heard you racist. Not all orcs are strong. I don't think I can get in trouble for making a positive assumption about the orcs.
I don't know. That
seems
No.
counterintuitive.
That's like saying all Asians are good at math. That's kind of racist.
I swear, I immediately thought of the South Park where they said even positive stereotypes like all Asians are good at math are negative for society. Something to that effect. Like, that was literally what came to mind when. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Death
They're
Camp
not
of
real.
Tolerance.
Guys,
Hilarious
anybody
episode, by
that's
the
getting
way.
offended in because of the orcs, they're not real.
Also, biologically speaking, half orcs are innately stronger than people. So
Rude. Sir, that's racist and I'm offended.
yeah.
Ignore what I just said.
Durzog, you're totally right. Baseline, weak orc is still stronger than strong human. Weak human. Yeah. Got him.
Presumptuous of you.
Got him.
Anyway, Witch
Witch
Doctor, you get
Doctor.
channel positive energy.
It's a
Or you
heal.
get channel energy.
Yeah, it's a heal shaman. You
Yeah,
also get
Pretty much.
you can also cast dispel magic or remove curse spontaneously at a certain point.
You forfeit a magic spell higher than 3rd level, gain a +2
Sacred
Yeah.
wounds.
for every spell level higher than 3rd.
You
that
all
she
know what I'm
sacrifices.
thinking.
I was gonna say, like, you keep talking about that baleful
Yeah,
polymorph.
that's exactly what
It
I'm
seems
thinking.
like
I'm
you'd
trying,
be
I'm
pretty
trying to
good
do
to
the
deal
math
with it.
in my head. Like, can I beat a 55 DC with this? Because there's no way in hell I can with any other character that I've ever
Oh.
tried it with.
Igor says
Maybe with this.
Life Spirit Witch Doctor gets both pools of channel energy, and extra channel adds to both of them.
Oh wow. Wow. Wow.
If you want to play a healer and you want hexes, then I say this is good. Like, but
That's
otherwise,
kind of
like,
insane.
I mean, is it really? Like, what are you gonna use the negative energy one for?
Well, no, like
No,
I,
like you.
I fairly consistently when I'm going through these Midnight Isles, I run out of channel
Yeah,
positives
so-
quite a bit.
Witch Doctor
Oh, you're
gets channel positive
Okay,
energy, and the Life Spirit
And-
gives you channel positive energy, and you get
Yeah.
you get extra channel for both.
So
Oh, I
you get the
misunderstood,
extra
like-
channel feet, you get
Oh,
4
okay.
instead
Yeah.
of 2.
All
That's
right.
how I'm- like that's crazy.
Okay, then if you love channel energy and you want to play a healer, this seems like the way to go. But you could actually get channel energy up to be really, really powerful with
Yeah.
the right feats
Oh
and
yeah, like
items.
right now my channel positives heal for like 40 at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them up to like in the 80s or whatever. Like, and that's without me being a witch doctor. I've never done it with a witch doctor, but like with the right phylacteries and the right mythic, whatever that mythic ability is that adds to your channel energy.
Yeah.
It's just mythic channel.
Hell, with this, yeah,
it's
that's a lot of healing. So
yeah,
nice.
and the counter curse I like as well. It's very versatile. You know, it can use dispel magic or remove curse. And that sacred bonus on caster level check. Like, what other ways do you get sacred bonus to caster level checks? Like
Yeah.
And also, the Shaman's channel's energy is charisma based, even though it's a wisdom based class. So keep that in mind as well. And the Witch Doctor's channel is 1d6 weaker, but 2 channel pools is still 2 channel pools.
yeah, and that's 1d6. That's not like game breaking.
Yeah, no.
Especially once you get mythic channel energy, like that just adds so much.
All right, so if you want some hexes and you want
I was about to say,
to
if you-
heal, the Witch Doctor
if you want a
seems
healer.
to be the way to go.
I
Witch-
really feel like Spirit Warden's the only one to throw away. Spirit Hunter's not great. Unsworn is kind of trickier to use, but like Wildland, Witch Doctor, Shadow Shaman, and Possess Shaman are all great. They're all great in their own ways.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
can-
I've been kind of surprised at how good a lot of these archetypes are on
Fucking
Shaman.
love Shaman. It's my favorite class in the game. I love it a lot.
All right, so now, real quick,
I just had a bad taste in my mouth because of how shit the party member was that was a shaman, so I just didn't want to use him.
Yeah,
she's
well,
so
she was-
terrible.
She's
Literally,
also
like,
a
the
spirit
worst.
hunter, so
yeah, she's like the second worst type of shaman. All right, so real quick, 2 minutes now. Let's rank the classes: Cleric, Druid, Shaman, Oracle. What order would you put those classes in?
Now, how are we ranking these? Just on
Yeah.
our feelings, or how useful, like they are
I don't know.
overall?
'Cause,
The
like,
same
if
way
we're
we
ranking,
rank
like-
the archetypes.
like if we were ranking
Like,
healing
how
ability,
many good archetypes versus bad?
yeah, like if you're ranking healing ability, you throw Druid at the bottom, for example. But there's just different uses. I would personally say that I think Shaman and I think Oracle and Shaman have the most useful archetypes. They have like the most amount of useful archetypes compared to garbage ones, because they each only have 2 that we kind of didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, that's objectively true.
Cleric
based on
only
how we
had
kind of-
like
Didn't we say that most of the Oracle archetypes were just worse than the base, except for Seeker?
yeah, but they aren't like bad. There's only 2 in there that we thought were like really bad, which was like Lone Strider and
the Wind Whisperer.
Possessed.
Possessed is just objectively I wouldn't
Yeah.
say objectively worse. It's like, unless you're having real trouble against mind affecting effects, which I don't see how.
But even with the bad
Yeah, like-
archetypes, I think Oracle's more powerful than Cleric.
I have a bias for
Depends on what
spontaneous
kind of
casters
power you're talking
over
about, but-
prepared casters, so I would say that I think that Oracle is better than Cleric simply because it's spontaneous versus prepared.
I am gonna drop Druid down to the last spot for only having like 2 good archetypes in my opinion that I would use.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I think Druid's in the last spot as well.
Yeah.
I know.
Primal Druid, Drovier, and Base Druid are all pretty decent. Like pretty good.
Take out Base Druid
Drovier
from
is
that
like
list.
way better than I thought it was.
Drovier is
way
great.
better than I thought it was.
Primal
Druid
great.
is also very, very strong.
Base
I don't think
Druid's
the
great.
base Druid is very
No,
good.
It's not.
Like it's not that good, and none of the other ones were like any good at all. I mean,
I will disagree with you because I do like Primal Wild Shape quite a bit. Now that I've played a Wild Shape Druid in my party, I will say that I do enjoy. I would definitely argue with you guys, or not argue. I would definitely agree with you guys a lot more had this happened like 2 weeks ago, before I played my current run through. But I am having a lot of fun with the Druid in my party, who is just a base Druid.
I'm putting Shaman at the top because I think its combat and healing archetypes are both better than the combat and healing you could do as a cleric.
I'd probably go Shaman, Oracle, Druid, Cleric.
I would do that except switch cleric and druid for me.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably where
The
the
difference.
disagreement's going to be, is
Yeah.
just Cleric and Druid.
But I
would put
think
Druid
I would
slightly
definitely do
better.
Shaman then Oracle at the top, 100%.
I would probably go Shaman, Cleric, then Oracle, then Druid.
That's fair.
That's how I would go.
That's fair.
All right.
Yep. So a little
So-
bit, everybody's choosing a different ranking. Only one of them is
Yeah.
correct, and that's me. Everybody else is wrong.
But hey, you know what? We
That's
all
their
Definitely
chose
not
prerogative.
Pondor's people. It's definitely not it.
we all chose Shaman, and I feel good that you guys are on the Shaman train because it's such a good fucking class.
Yeah, like I literally knew nothing about the Shaman going into this. I was
Shaman.
surprised at how good
Well,
so many of these are.
I really
Um,
wanted to put Cleric ahead of Shaman, but I was just thinking about how a Shaman, like at every kind of difficulty level, like even on unfair, like I think Shaman is more essential than Cleric.
I
just
can see
because
that.
of the,
Yeah.
being able to spam the. Still can't remember the name of the damn hex. That is pissing me off that I can't. But the one that gives
What's it
you
do?
advantage. It gives you advantage against attacks.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I can't-
which is just so overpowered on unfair. Like I think that's even more powerful than the domains that you get from the cleric, which is why I put the cleric number 2 is because of the domains. But at like each level, like the shaman is really, really
It's a good time.
effective. So yeah, all right, shaman, cleric,
Um,
oracle, druid. I will say if you want an offensive caster, like offensive casting firepower. Like if that's your top priority, then I'd put Oracle first.
I would do too. I would put Oracle first too. For that, I agree with
You
you,
know.
Lord.
for sure.
I would definitely say out of all of them, Wildland Shaman's the best martial archetype.
I agree. I mean, you get a pet and you get some.
Well,
freaking
Primal
powerful-
Druid. I think
Well,
Primal Druid.
actually, yeah, Primal Druid is
the
right
best.
there with it.
Yeah, I
Primal
forgot.
Druid
Yeah,
is phenomenal.
yeah, those two are like the top. Like Crusaders sucks compared to those two, honestly.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. All right.
All right. Well, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Pondor is going to be late to work, so.
Not quite. It's just
Yeah. No worries.
killing how much. Like I'm just gonna have to rush a bit.
All right. Well, guys,